Good evening. Welcome to another edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube. My name is Leon Jones, and tonight this will probably be a short live, just depends on how my audience is. But something that I really want to talk about today is association, the insecure jealousy, and of course, violence. And also, I want to get into an open panel if I do have a panel. If I don't, okay, I'll cut it off. But lately, there's been a rash of violence. I mean, it's not just here where I live here in Indiana, but it's been in Chicago, and of course, everybody's talking about the Shaquella Robinson case that happened down in Mexico. Rest in peace to her. Wasn't her fault. And also the violence that's going on here in the Indianapolis area. And of course, there was a shooting, and I'll get to that, that involved a manager who was going on third shift at a Chesapeake Walmart. I know Chesapeake very well. Shout out to you, brother Deshaun. Happy Thanksgiving. I used to live down there. Shout out to Point Fire. Toronto is in the house. I used to live down in the Hampton Roads area. And, you know, this is something that we need to pay attention to. And it's also in my poll question. Should you keep your circle of friends small? Now, again, everybody's been dealing with the Shaquilla Robinson case. Now, I'm going to come at it with a different slant. And I want to say this. When it comes to people in your life, I don't even care if they're family members. I don't care if they're your so called friends. Yes, it's been quite a few big time shootings going on. Yes, like the one at an alphabet club in Colorado. Now, why is all this happening? I'll get to that in a moment. But going back to the Shaquella Robinson slaying in Mexico, well, apparently there's a lot of information going around. I don't have all of that information at all. Again, I don't have all of the information at all. Shout out to brother the Prophet of Thought series. He's done his version of it. He is from Charlotte. Shout out to Jada Black. He was one of the first ones that had the information. And Point Fire says anyone who attempted to mask my kids are no longer part of our lives. It's a fact. Well, hey, what's going on there, brother Men's Daily? Of course, Men's Daily lives out in Kansas City, and there's violence going on out there as well. Now, something we don't talk about, too. Now, I'm just going to give you my point of view about the Shaquilla Robinson contest here. Now, the media is left wing media. Now, we know that the individuals that murdered that girl were black, but you don't hear the mainstream media coming out saying that. Why? Because black people are part of the left wing agenda. Now, had it been a white person that had done that, it would have been all over the media. And we all know it. Point Fire says, my children will never be raised in an environment based on fear. No, we shouldn't have fear. But now with all these shootings taking place, the advocates for gun control, which we already have laws on the book, they're going to come out and try to put more policies on removing guns from, of course, law-abiding citizens. Shout out there, brother Cyber Toxin. Now, why these shootings taking place? We don't know. And if anybody has some news feed, let me know. I'll put it up because I'm going to start doing more news type videos because this violence is out of control. Now, going back to friendships, I know Shaquella Robinson basically paid for most of the trip. Now, what I don't understand about what happened to her is you had a bunch of people who were in that hotel room, and there were men in that hotel room who should have done something. Why didn't they do anything? In fact, one of the guys was a good friend of hers. Now, looking at all that information that I just presented, when it comes to people in your life, and I don't care if it's friends and family, if you are a person, because Shaquella Robinson had her own business, she was a college graduate, she was the only daughter from two parents, a mother and a father. And I'm going to tell you, successful people, something. When you become greater than the people around you, you have to get rid of those people around you. Number one, individuals are going to be jealous and they're going to want to take you out. This is why I keep my circle of friends very small. Let's take social media. Number of individuals claim that they have all these friends on Facebook, which in retrospect, you don't even know half the people that are on Facebook. So how can you call them your friends? They are not your friends. For the most part, many of us, particularly men, and it's not that we're antisocial, we don't have a lot of friends. And I know myself, I don't want a lot of friends. I don't trust a lot of people, and that includes family. In fact, the two people that are going to screw your lives up more than anything are friends and family. And the word friend is always used incorrectly. Just because somebody is within your locality or within your presence does not mean they are your friend. Now, when it comes to people, you don't want everybody to know your business. You don't want everybody to know where you live. In fact, this is how you can tell if you have somebody who is about being a friend or wanting to know you. The information that comes from your mouth should be reciprocated back from the others. Now, there are a number of individuals out here who believe that they can still go back to their old environment because they don't want to feel like a sellout. Well, hey, Celine, what's going on? Point Fire says, thank God you can choose your friends because you can't pack your family. Happy Thanksgiving. Now, too many of us claim that we have all these friends. Well, let me tell you something. You'll find out if you have a real friend when you have a need. Then you'll find out that those people will never be around for you. But now, when they need something from you, they're always going to have an issue with you. Like, you should help me. You owe me. Nobody's entitled to anything. Now, with this jealousy out here, because I believe what happened to the Shaquella Robinson case, there was some jealousy. The individuals that she was hanging around with, they didn't have it going on with their lives. They were miserable failures. So what they wanted to do was They wanted to get rid of her because they felt that they were less or they were inferior. When in essence, let me tell you this. Too many of us, and I know I hear a lot of the sisters go out there and say, well, I make six figures. Okay. Go off the beaten path a little bit. Well, first of all, the six figures that you make is most likely going to be gross. It's not going to be net. And the reason why you claim you make a lot of this money is because you don't manage that money right. You spend your money on materials so you can impress everybody else. Now, the only person that I believe I have to impress is me. And when you say you make all this money, you forget the taxes come out of that money. Then you have to look at your expenses like your car note. Many of you sisters out there want these nice cars. You want nice clothes. But your car note and your home that you say you have, that's going to cost you a pretty penny if you want to live a lavish lifestyle. That also comes out of the amount of money that you're bringing home. So basically, depending on how you are managing your money, you're not bringing in six figures. You're grossing six figures. True wealth is sharing on all day breakfast. That's that's a fact. So whenever you hear these individuals on Kendra G talking about six figures, have them break down the expenses, and I guarantee you, the person making $60,000 who manages their money better will come out better than that person making $100,000 a year. And see, this is the problem with people. You have a number of insecure people, and just like Ringo said, and shout out to Ringo, you have a lot of people who are very competitive with their jealousy. Now, I call it insecure jealousy because you have an individual who is always trying to be better than you. What are your thoughts on dating apps? Dating apps suck. It's just like dating sites. Don't use them. For the most part, you have a number of people who are batshit crazy on these dating apps. Many of those individuals do not appear who they are. They have a lot of, from my humble opinion, depending on the ages of the people, a lot of medication, a lot of physical issues, a lot of psychological issues, a lot of relationship issues. Many of them, and I'm not saying all of them, but I'm just going by the rule, not the exception. Too many people on dating apps are not good people, not these days. In fact, when it comes to social media, that's also leading to a lot of this violence. Good friend says it's best to have Jesus as your friend. Yes, it is best to have Jesus as your friend. And during this holiday, which I don't celebrate Thanksgiving unless it's about giving thanks for allowing me to live another day. But for the most part, Thanksgiving is about the slaughter of the Indians. A lot of people don't understand it, but I'm not for all these commercialized holidays. And now this is the problem too. Come Friday, you're going to have Black Friday. Now, individuals are going out there buying gifts for family members they don't even like. I'm not buying anybody any gifts. Okay. I'm not at all. When that day comes, I'm going to celebrate, and it's a pagan holiday. So I will tell people Merry Christmas, but you're not going to see a Christmas tree in my house. You're not going to see not one decoration in my house. You're not going to see any of that because I don't like the commercialization of Christmas. I don't like Thanksgiving. Now, the funny thing about it is once Halloween concluded, we went straight into Christmas, and we forgot about Thanksgiving, but basically Thanksgiving is just another day to where individuals are going to the grocery store, particularly at the last minute, so they can buy their turkey, they can buy their stuffing, they can buy their ham, whatever they're eating, so they can invite individuals over who don't give a damn about them. I know my mom, she's not cooking because people used to come over her house, didn't want to help clean. I helped clean. Individuals wanted to eat and leave. They wanted to help themselves and not do anything for her. I never went in dating apps like Tinder, always met in public setting in the daytime. That's a fact. You should always do that. That's a good point. Again, dating apps are basically for people who are socially awkward. You can hide who you are behind dating apps. Now, dating apps are different than the dating sites. Used to be dating sites, but I I've never been around Tinder or any of those. Most of you know it. Okay. American Negro says we celebrate harvest in my home, not Thanksgiving. Good man. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving here either. In fact, there's no turkey here. Steak, mashed potatoes, and peas. That's what we're having. And we had chicken noodle. We had chicken soup tonight. I do not believe in the holiday of Thanksgiving like I once did. Those are pagan holidays, and as a black man, those were holidays that they weren't. They're not my holidays. I like stuffing. Okay, most of us do if it's made right. Now, again, getting back to your association. When you go into work, you got to be careful with who you work with. You can't trust everybody. Now, before I go on, I have a poll question, and some people have already hopped on the poll already. 6 votes. Should you keep a circle of friends small? 83% said yes, 6% say no. And for the 17%, I'd like you to come and defend that. Why you need a lot of friends. And I guarantee most of you don't have a lot of friends. Point Fire says, trust your eyes and your instincts. That is fact. Now, again, getting back to your friends, you see what happened to Shaquilla Robinson. She thought she had friends. Those weren't her friends. They wanted to use her. In fact, many people out here want to use you. This is why you don't disclose anything to individuals. Again, I said earlier, you don't want to tell everybody where you live because what they're doing is they're basically surveying your home and they're surveying you. And if they don't have what you have, they're going to want to find some way to take you out. And I'm not talking about taking you out to dinner. They want to alleviate you from your life because you have more than what they have. See, you have a lot of individuals who are complete failures and they're always riding on the coattails of somebody. Let me give you an example. There was a rapper out from Oakland, California named MC Hammer. He was pretty big in the late 80s and early 90s. So he took a lot of his friends from the hood. He made them dancers. He got them jobs. But then when the money wasn't coming in, all those individuals, they abandoned him. It's like he never existed. So he helped them, but they wouldn't help him. That's a problem. And this jealousy out here is basically, it is turning into violence. And there's a lot of violence, senseless violence going on here. A lot of us during this time of year, this is why I'm doing this video, need to keep your eyes and ears open. If you're going Christmas shopping, be my guest. But you better watch your back out there. I mean, we already have to deal with enough scam calls and hacked Facebook pages, hacked Twitter pages. But believe you me, there are going to be a number of people out in full force from now till tax time trying to scam money out of you. Again, this is why you can't trust people, even the ones you work with. In fact, the ones you work with, they're doing a lot of ass kissing. These are the problems that you must deal with at work: the jealousy, the envy, the insecurity. These are individuals who are, in my humble opinion, low lifes. They don't care about anybody but themselves. These individuals, what you see with this violence, they don't care about anything. I mean, you look at the rapper Takeoff. I think he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. But you look at the people who he surrounded himself with. They were bad people. I mean, if you're a successful person, you want to be around successful people. Now, you have some people who are from the hood. They'll go out and become successful, and they'll go back, and next thing you know, somebody's robbing them. Why? Because they think they can bring that mindset back to the hood. Well, first of all, if you have the hood mindset, which that's the mindset that this is where you're going to be and you're not going anywhere else. You're not going to, again, you're not going to leave. You're always going to be complacent. You're always going to be impoverished. You're comfortable being there. But if you have somebody who wants to get out and you try to shame them for getting out and they get out and then they come back and you're jealous of them, you're going to try to take them out. That's generally what happens. Again, the two people that you have to worry about when you are a person who are going to shame you are your so-called friends and family. Yeah, they're family members I don't even want to deal with. They don't call me. And I don't take my time to call them. Why? Because the only time they have use for me is when they want something. And this is what goes on with a lot of people. And this is why a number of good people become used. Do not put yourself in a vulnerable position. Things will happen to you. Things are going to happen bad to you if you don't see what's around you. You cannot be blinded. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to association. Hey, antisocial socialite, welcome to my live stream. Now, the violence that I'm seeing, maybe except for the 4 students that got killed up in Idaho, and then, of course, you had 3 football players from the University of West Virginia. You know who killed those 3 football players? Black people. Negroes. Not going to use the NIGGA word. Negroes. And why did they do that? Why were they killed? I don't know. 3 football players lost their lives in Charlottesville, Virginia. 3. This is the violence. You think people who are on your team, they're not on your team. They're just going along for the ride. And the problem I see with young kids, particularly young black kids, is they come up in environments where they don't have discipline. So therefore, they don't value life. Many of them come from bad homes. Now, is everything their fault? No, everything is not their fault. You have some of these mothers who get with the wrong men. And all these kids know is how to gangbang. Many of them want to be rappers. See how many rappers are getting killed by violence, like Young Dolph, Big L. Now, again, I can't blame everything on rap music because before rap music, they had crime too. Just wasn't as magnified because we didn't have the 24-hour media source. However, you have to connect association, jealousy with violence. And with black people, it is there. Why do you think? Let me give you an example. Why do you think a black woman with good hair, the ones with the bad hair, they get in the fights with the ones with the good hair? They want to cut the good hair off the sister because they don't have that good hair from there because they don't take care of it. They don't take care of themselves. Now, this has nothing to do with weaves and wigs. And no, I'm not talking about that. But I have seen some videos out there where the one with the good hair is always getting beaten up. They're getting their hair trimmed, their face cut. Tommy Sotomayor had some of those videos up. Point Fire says, if the kids show compassion, our door is always open. Well, the problem is it's the adults. Some of these adults want to be friends with their kids because these adults are kids themselves. Celine says, Mike seemed like a normal guy on Kendra G. He needed friends who were going to pick him up. That's all. Well, you don't need everybody who is your friend. In fact, if you're desperate for friends, that's when you run into the wrong type of people. That's a problem. I worked with a guy named Mike a long time ago at Penn Dot, and I said, "You going to join the fraternity?" And he asked me this question. He said, "Why should I buy friends?" Some people feel they're buying friends, and you want to be around people. And shout out to Little Big Nate. I hope he comes by. You want to be around people who have a like mind. And as black people, we got to learn how to separate. We need to stop dealing with the trash because the trash blacks, it seems to me that they're always respected. And the educated blacks are squares. That makes no sense. The guy coming out of jail, they're going to throw a party for that guy. Or the guy that has gone to school, gotten a decent job, stayed out of trouble, he's labeled as a lame. And in the black community, it's backwards. We're looked at as somebody that can rap, dunk a basketball, play a football. We're not looked at as being an engineer, lawyer, somebody on Wall Street. Celine said, I've always preferred guys who were squares regardless of race. Guys who are going good places in life. Well, you should because that's value. Now, it's not that rappers, football players, and basketball players are bad. It's who they associate themselves with. Because you can even have an education, but if you're hanging out with the wrong crowd, you're likely to get in trouble. Point of Fire says, I'm in a Muay Thai community. I will not train a child who doesn't show compassion. Well, you shouldn't. Not just compassion, but respect. And you have a number of children out here who are not very respectful. Again, if anybody wants to come up, the link is in the chat, and we will discuss it. Because this violence, we need to start doing more on it. In fact, I might even get some information now. Good evening, Francesca. Welcome to the chat. So when it comes to your family, now I know tomorrow everybody's going to be sitting around eating some turkey, some stuffing. They're going to be around those family members they don't see all year. It's going to be a lot of phoniness at the table. You know, a lot of churches too. Going to a lot of churches. You think those individuals are your brothers and sisters in the church? Hell no, they're not. They're phony. Many of them are there just to basically overappraise their situation. In other words, you have a number of individuals who are faking the funk. They act like they have some, but they don't. See, a real person, I'm going to use the word real person, a person who has something going for themselves, they don't have to brag about it. You don't even hear them. They're very humble. Again, putting all this together, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. What you need to do is keep your friends and family, or better yet, keep your circles small. You can't do that. People say, well, I got a lot of friends. No, you got a lot of users. And you have individuals out here who believe that they're entitled to something you have. See, a lot of people don't want to talk about this, but jealousy kills a lot of people. I know Brother Nate and I were talking on the phone about this, again, this lesbian couple. And the black lesbians have the highest domestic violence rate. There was another one where a black lesbian who was trying to be a guy, and shout out to Jada Black, he had that video up. She killed her ex girlfriend. Her ex girlfriend had 4 kids. Now, the ex girlfriend went back to guys. Now, me and Brother Nate, when we talked about this earlier, a tongue just wasn't enough for that ex girlfriend. She wanted some schlong. She did. I mean, heck, 4 kids came out of her. But see, the ex-girlfriend who was trying to be a guy, first of all, you don't even know what a guy goes through trying to be a guy just because you're a stud. You don't know what we go through. In fact, many of you, you want the benefits of being a guy, but you don't want the responsibilities of being a guy. But you try to act like you're a guy. No, you're a woman who is faking a funk. Now, again, with some of the lesbian women out there, they will also say things on Kendra G that we've always said as guys when it comes to dealing with women with the kids issues. But again, you also have a lot of people out there who like to talk themselves up. This is where you hear the I don't need a man. That's talking yourself up. It's not that you don't need a man. You can't find a man. You always want to avoid the situation that you're in. A number of African American women say that. And many of them, they're not going to find a man. Heck, even black lesbians don't want them. You look at Wanda Sykes. You look at Lori Lightfoot, Robin Roberts. They don't want sisters because they know what kind of trouble they are in lesbian relationships. But again, this is not about lesbian relationships, but you have to understand its behavior. Jealousy. Insecure jealousy is what you have to watch out for. I mean, if you're coming in with something and you're building upon what you have and you're moving forward and the other person isn't, that's not the person you want. Because generally that person is not going to support you. Why? Because they want you to be about them. And if you're not about them, there's something wrong with you. No. You need to find people who share your same lifestyle, your same interest. I'm not saying everybody's going to have the same thought patterns, but you have to be similar people, similar lifestyles. So a lot of delusion is another defense mechanism. You have some individuals who have all this chaos going on in their lives, but they think they're worth more than they are. Again, it's overpraising themselves. Now, going back to the violence, I'm going to go ahead and share some of this violence with you. And I'm going to go ahead and read some if I got to. Okay. As I go back, and I'm going to play this. And this is from my hometown of Indianapolis. And shout out to my sweet chocolate. She always shares some of this stuff with me. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about with this violence out here, because this violence is horrible. Let me see if I can cut it up
right
here.
now, 10 o'clock, a violent start to October. Just 6 days into the month, 10 people have been killed in 9 deadly shootings, including 4 in the last 24 hours. The acts of violence frustrating community members and Indianapolis police.
The latest happening just this afternoon in a near West Side neighborhood in Indianapolis. This is the scene from King Avenue near Michigan Street and Belmont Avenue, just after 2 this afternoon. According to IMPD, a man was found shot in a field directly behind a home. Police say he died at the scene. At around 3 this morning, officers found a man shot dead in a parking lot near 38th Place, near 38th Street and Post Road. Another man was found shot by a nearby gas station. At last check, IMPD says he is stable.
Another double shooting happened 4 hours earlier on Hillside Avenue near 25th and Keystone. Police found 2 men shot. One died at the scene, and another was originally listed as critical at a hospital, but has since died. Police are now looking for suspects in all of these shootings and are hopeful a community comes forward.
Yes, we've had a somewhat of a busy night, but we remain faithful. As you all know, our homicide numbers are down. However, we're not, even one homicide is too much.
Now, for perspective, a year ago, Indianapolis experienced 34 homicides during October, the deadliest month of 2021.
After the Bell, presented by Nathaniel Lee, attorney at law.
Sorry about that.
All right, let's go after the bell now. Brian Martin live in Los Angeles.
Well, Brian, it looks like those interest rate hikes by the Federal Reserve are having an impact.
Phil, Alexis, good evening to both of you. Yeah, if you read the tea leaves.
And that's also a shot of the violence. Now, that's happening here in Indianapolis. And I got wind of that clip. Now, again, a lot of this violence is going on with younger folks. A number of these young folks can fight with their fists. A number of them are angry out here. The bottom line is there's no saving some of them. I don't care how pro-black you are. There's no saving individuals who are broken. You have to separate yourself from them. Again, let's go back to the poll question here that I have up. So far, I have 9 votes. Should you keep your circle of friends small? Absolutely. You keep your circle of friends small, you won't be out there where there's going to be issues where you're going to be in trouble. And the last thing as a parent you want is to bury your children. I know some individuals, even like me, have been called old, but you know what? I've made it to almost 60 years old. You got some individuals, even tonight, just before Thanksgiving, something's going to happen and they won't make it. Now, an article that I picked up, and I live down there in Chesapeake, Virginia, and this mass Walmart shooting. This Walmart shooting. Let me get that out there for you. Bear with me. All right. There was a shooting at a Walmart in Chesapeake, Virginia. And I'm going to get on that right now. And this is from a CNN source. And the funny thing about this shooting is the guy that was involved in the shooting was a manager. So authorities have identified 5 of the 6 people who were killed in a Virginia Walmart after the store's manager began firing Tuesday night before killing himself. 5 of the deceased victims were identified as Lorenzo Gamble, Brian Pendleton, Kelly Pyle, Randall Blevins, and Tynika Johnson, according to a Wednesday news release from the city of Chesapeake. The 6th deceased victim was a 16-year-old boy who authorities are not naming because, again, he's the minor, the city said. So the city of Chesapeake has always been known as the city that cares more than ever. We now know our city will show up and care for those who need it most. The release said, please join us in praying for the family. Please join us in praying for the family. Now, again, and excuse me for the information that just popped up. Just bear with me while I get it down. Now, again, with this shooting, earlier Wednesday, the city identified the shooter as 31-year-old Andre Bing, saying that he was armed with 1 handgun and had multiple magazines in his possession. Bing was an overnight team lead and had been employed with Walmart since 2010. The company said in a statement authorities were digging into the shooter's background Wednesday for information on what could have motivated the attack, police said. So law enforcement will do what they can, and I promise you more information will follow. Chesapeake Mayor Rick West said in a video message posted Wednesday evening. Now, the violence marks yet another shooting in a place traditionally seen as safe, from schools to hospitals to stores. Now, just 170 miles west of Chesapeake, a 22-year-old student at the University of Virginia in Charlottesville allegedly opened fire on fellow students this month, killing 3 of them on a bus returning to campus from a field trip to Washington, D.C. Last weekend, a 22-year-old shot and killed 5 people at an Alphabet nightclub in Colorado Springs, Colorado. 19 others were injured, authorities said. The U.S. has suffered more than 600 mass shootings so far this year, according to Gun Violence Archive. Both the nonprofit and CNN define mass shootings as those which 4 more people are shot, not including the assailant. Now, again, this is the violence that I'm talking about out here, and it's going to continue if we don't do something about it. Now, you have a lot of people who are gun lobbyists out here. They want gun control. Now, let me move on. At least 50 people were inside the Walmart when the violence erupted, police said. Some of them have begun publicly sharing their accounts of how a calm night turned into a horrifying tragedy. Now, the deadly red rampage started around 12:10 p.m. Tuesday, less than an hour before the Walmart Supercenter was set to close. So basically, there were also customers in the Walmart. So now this individual was a team lead and a manager, and he was black. Now, again, you're not hearing that because blacks are part of the left-wing narrative. Now, if it had been somebody white, you would have heard about it. It would have been all over the news, and you would have had people like Ben Crump out there talking about racism, but you don't hear it here. And then they're always talking, yes, this is an exception because, again, I will say most of your mass shootings are caused by white folk. It's true. Look at Sandy Hook. Look at the Batman shooter in Colorado. In fact, Colorado Springs had numerous shootings, and Colorado Springs is a decent area. Let's continue. Fair use. The first officer arrived on the scene within 2 minutes, and officers entered the store roughly 2 minutes after that, right around 10:16 p.m., police said. So employee Kevin Harper said a colleague entered the break room and started shooting. I just left the break room. The gunman started capping people in there. Harper said in a Facebook Live video. The video is no longer on his Facebook page, but it has been reshared on social media. Listen, stop putting violence on social media as well. Social media has become a haven for violence, and people are posting everything there. You don't need to post it there. You need to let the individuals investigate so they can gather the facts. Social now, again, you have a number of individuals, particularly Negroes, used to be they love dealing with drama. And the old world star hip hop days had a lot of fights from black people on that website. Let's move on. So the shooter, he came in there and started shooting. So apparently at Walmart, there were employees in the break room. They were getting ready for their staff meeting because generally I worked at Kmart. We used to have a meeting in a break room, particularly if you worked third shift, to find out what you were going to do. Well, this is exactly what happened. Now, the funny thing about it is we talk about what's going on the outside, but now we have to protect what's going on the inside. So, again, the manager came in there and started spraying. Now, at least 6 people were transported to local hospitals for treatment. So there was more than just 5 deaths. There were also injured people. 4 people injured in the shooting remain hospitalized Wednesday morning. Chesapeake Police Chief Mark Selesky said at least 2 were in critical condition, and Dr. Cooper, Vice President and Chief Medical Officer at Centera Norfolk General Hospital, and Jalen James, 24, was shot several times by the gunman Tuesday. His mother, Kimberly Shoup, told CNN affiliate WTKR, which is TV3 down in Norfolk. I used to live in Norfolk, so I know that station very well. Shoup addressed reporters Wednesday outside the hospital where her son was in the intensive care unit, and right now he's in stable condition. That is a shame. Zeke, the prospector, shout out to you. Welcome to the chat. Now again, let's continue. Fair use. 3 individuals, including the shooter, were located deceased in the break room of the store. The city of Chesapeake tweeted, 1 victim was located deceased toward the front of the store. 3 other victims were transported to local hospitals for further treatment, but succumbed to their injuries. So the individuals, they were shot, they lived for a little, and then they perished. It sounded like loud. Well, I'm going to go ahead and say it. It sounded loud as shit, but it was so many of the same kind of sound. I don't know what the hell else it could have been. He said in the video uploaded to his Facebook page, and I'm talking about the individual who was recording. Now, for a while, Basham took cover after employees warned him, don't come out, before he eventually made it out of the outside safely. Now, once he came outside, he saw responding officers enter the store with heavy body armor and long rifles, while other witnesses and employees stood in the parking lot. In addition to vehicles from Basham, dozens of first responders are on the scene. Now, again, it's a holiday, and this is what you're going to have. This is what's going to happen during all of the holidays. Now, again, if you're not familiar where Chesapeake is, I'm going to blow it up for you right now in a minute. There's a Walmart in Chesapeake. I know exactly where Chesapeake is. Now, again, this is Chesapeake. It's located right down there. I used to live here in Norfolk, The Newport News, Chesapeake is south of Virginia Beach, goes right down to North Carolina. Chesapeake, in some areas, it's good, and in some areas, it is very bad. But regardless, that's violence. Violence all over the place. And to me, that's the problem. Heard about this a few hours ago. Wild, definitely a wild story. And the funny thing about it is, Zeke, welcome to the channel, Leon. Well, thank you, Celine. This is before the holidays. Now, I just want to caution you all because a number of you all, and the worst day, and I wish I could have taken a camera up there on these days. Wish I could take a camera up there. Black Friday. I do not like that day. Black Friday. And I know I went to Walmart on 86th Street, and it's a hood Walmart in Indianapolis. It's on 86th in Michigan. Negroes started scrambling for TVs. First of all, if you need a TV that bad, you should come out in September, not November. Come out in September. Now, between now and, of course, January, you're going to see this, and you're going to see a lot of people getting angry out there going to Walmart. But now, again, the individual was a team lead, which is like a manager. He's not quite a manager, but he may have had some issues. And I'm going to tell you this, with all this violence, it'll be set up to where they're going to bring the National Guard in because there's not enough police to really handle this violence. They're not. And for the most part, you got people out here, they have copycat in their mind. I mean, look at the mass shooting in Buffalo where a bunch of black people were killed. I mean, I don't care what race you are. Here in Indiana, they had a shooting down at the mall in Greenwood, which is southeast of Indianapolis. Now, for the most part, you must understand that, again, now, this didn't have anything to do who you were associated with. This was work related. You imagine going to work. I prefer online shopping. Well, Cyber Monday is coming up. I prefer doing no shopping until after the holidays. Or if you're going to go grocery shopping or you're going to do online shopping, do it before these holidays. Because you're going to have a lot of people out here getting real stupid. And they have this attitude that they're the most important person out there. That's why, again, you need to choose wisely who you want to be in your life. And I'm not talking about a relationship. That's what most people are talking about. I'm talking about a different kind of relationship. Why do you need to have all these friends? Zeke says, exactly, avoid shop. Exactly. I do not believe in going shopping at this time. Now, I went shopping here at Myers just to get a couple of steaks, and that's all the shopping I'm going to get. It's Cyber Toxin says it's all trash. It is all trash. In fact, holidays are all trash. They're about the big manufacturers. Of course, they're making a product. They're going to get a cut. The middleman's going to get a cut. Walmart's going to get a cut. In fact, Walmart, heck, you know why they have to get a big cut? For some of you who don't know it out there, I believe there is somebody who is part owner of Walmart. They own the Denver Broncos, so they got to pay those salaries for the Denver Broncos, like Russell Wilson's salary. Cybertoxin, poor quality on almost everything you can buy at great discount during Cyber Week. Exactly. Now, again, I really want everybody to deal with people that you're going to basically click with. You know, like I said, shout out to Brother Nate, we should separate from bad people. And there are a lot of bad people out here. Again, I can tell you something else. I mean, I live here in Lafayette, Indiana. We had a Walmart here, which is about, I could walk to it if I wanted to, maybe about 10, 15 minutes walking, where a woman was shot in the head. Now, this wasn't in the store, but it was in the parking lot. It was here on the east side of the city. I live on the east side of the city. Something else that happened at a barbershop in Indianapolis. I believe you had 4 or 5 people shot. I mean, you know, I'm hearing this news every day, and I'm saying, well, we got to report that, because you have individuals going out just acting a fool. And it's not just here. Now, I'm giving you Indiana news, and remember, you are average of your 5 closest friends. And you really got to be careful with that, because, see, you have a number of individuals who want to cling on to you, and they want what you got. And if you don't give them what you got, that's where the jealousy is. You will find out how a person is when it comes to reciprocation as well. A number of people want to eat off your plate, but they won't share their plate, or they don't even have a plate for you to eat off of. And they feel inferior. And not only do they feel inferior, they really hate you, but yet they want to give you attention as well. Like this Shaquella Robinson, she's in the ground, but look at how much attention she's getting, and those 6 other fools who are on the run, they're not getting any attention. But they're going to meet their maker. Took this young girl, went to Mexico. Yes, that is the story of the young lady that was killed in Mexico. Absolutely. Got the FBI, you got Mexico looking into it. And again, for some of you individuals who talk about traveling, you got to watch out when you go in other countries, because the laws in other countries aren't like the laws in America. They're not like the laws in America. So guess what? That Constitution that we have here, well, it barely applies here. It's not going to apply in other. What's up, brother Nate? Come on through, man. I dropped the link, brother. I dropped the link. The link is dropped. And let me get this bot out here. Remove this. Let me get this out here. Got this crap coming in my channel right here. A lot of these sex bots. All right. Getting back to what's happening out here. There's a lot of violence happening out here. And some people get so angry. They get so shameful. They're and even family. And shout out to Brother Nate. And this is why me too. I don't live that close to mine, and I'm lucky. I don't have any kids living with me home. I like it that way. And Tommy Jean likes it that way too. We talk about family. And there's some people I know who still got their grown kids living at home. And I'm not talking about Brother Nate there. I'm talking about some of these females out here, like the sister-daughter relationship. And the problem with the sister-daughter relationship is both of you like 2 peas in a pod. You never grow up. And then when you all get to fighting, and generally two women in the house, there's going to be some static going on. And even your own family members, you have to watch out. And again, what went on down in Mexico, you're not hearing that these, we already know who they are. But it should get out there to some of these alphabet channels instead of some of these local channels, because these individuals are black. Yeah. Again, if it had been somebody of the Caucasian persuasion, what's going on? What's going on, brother? Happy holidays. Hey, come on up, man. I dropped the link, brother. I dropped the link. The link is there if anybody wants to come up. Otherwise, I'll keep going. I've been on here for about an hour and 3 minutes already. But again, this is the season where a lot of people are going to be depressed. Oh, shout out to my boy. What's going on, brother Nate? What's going on, bro?
What's up, Chief?
Man, you missed it. I've been talking about all this violence that went on. You and I, we talked about this earlier, man. We got some issues out here, brother Nate. And you know that separation that you said, man, we need to do it. I mean, just like I told you, and I told you about the manager who was black. I got more information. He not only killed 6 people at Walmart, Chesapeake, but he injured some other people. Now, that was a mass shooting, and he was a manager, and he was like us, looked like us. So don't say we can't get in positions, but look at this dude. Shout out to brother T. Welcome to the chat. But what say you, brother Nate, about what's going on? We talked. You did a video the other day, the community versus the communita, and this is what happens. Communita.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the story, looking at it. Looks like a young guy.
He was 31 years old.
Wow, this is a young dude.
31 years old, and he killed himself too, man.
Oh, so he did. Oh, which is also very rare.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, there was a time when an incident like this would happen. One of the first things black people would say to themselves, "Oh, I know it wasn't a black person that did this." And because of crime being associated with black people, we would feel relief. Not that somebody was shot, of course, but that the person that did it wasn't black if it was one of these mass shootings. But a lot of black people getting caught up in doing this. There was another guy several years ago around the DC, Virginia area. I think he was on some government or military base. He came and killed a bunch of people. It was like,
yes, 2002. He got caught on. I remember that very well. He got caught on I-70, just because I was living in Maryland. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, and he also had shot some guy in a liquor store in Alabama. This guy was around everywhere. Yeah,
it's just so unfortunate, man. I mean, you know, why does anybody resort to this? But why are black men now doing this? Why are you getting? And of course, people say it's the easy availability of guns. I mean, guns have been easily available for as long as the country's been here. I mean, as time goes on, it's been harder to get guns with all the restrictions they put on semi-automatics. And you know, we had this the Brady bill that was enacted for like I think 10, 15 years. So the harder it gets to get guns, why are more of these incidents happening?
That's a good. You know that's a good question. Well, a lot of these guns, let's just be honest, they're illegal guns out there. We know that. I mean, they're all illegal guns, and remember, individuals like us, okay, who believe in a Second Amendment, see, we're law-abiding citizens, Nate. But the individuals getting these guns aren't law-abiding citizens. They're outlaws. They don't care about yeah, they don't care about
reverb, dude. Big body, you got reverb, I think.
Yeah, you got reverb there, Matt.
Yeah, you got it.
But they don't care about what we care about. You know, this when you say separate, bro, let's just be honest. There's nothing you can do about the community.
No, you can't change people, man. It's ridiculous. It's just that you know, the old adage that the way you stop a bad guy with a gun is with a good guy with a gun. That's how you stop him.
Yeah.
If somebody would have been armed in that Walmart, that guy that was determined to do what he did to people could have been stopped by somebody armed who knows how to use their weapon and putting him down. So it can be an argument for more guns, to be honest with you. But that's just my opinion, you know.
Well, like I said, you and I believe in a Second Amendment, but there are people out there that don't. And, the ones who don't really believe in the Second Amendment, guess what? I'm going to be honest. You know who it is? The ABW. They don't believe in the Second Amendment. Yeah. But yet and still.
I mean, liberals in general don't, to be honest with you. I mean, they have one of the largest cohorts. I mean, if black men are voting Democrat, I have to question whether they believe in the Second Amendment too.
Well,
and who's most likely to die at the hands of a firearm in this country? A black man.
Well,
because of crime in the black community. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
And those black men should be armed to protect themselves, protect their family, protect their homes. The answer is more guns. Sorry. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what I believe.
Well, it is true. And you know what? I don't know if you're going Christmas shopping, but let me tell you something. Beware, because there are going to be people out there, especially from Friday on just past the New Year's Day, going to buy Christmas gifts.
Yeah, I don't do Black Friday. Oh, I'll do some stuff on the computer. I ain't going out there. Hell no. No, absolutely not.
No.
Can't do it.
And you know, Nate, I ain't buying no gifts for no for some of these family members out there, unappreciated family members. You know what I'm saying. You know that.
Yeah, I ain't buying no gifts for no family I almost never talk to. I mean, it's God bless them, but I just I like coming together with family and stuff, but buying a bunch of gifts and going broke, man, no thank you.
Well, like even what I was talking about, see, it's the association, just like the woman that got killed in Mexico, Shaquella Robinson. She was hanging out with you. You and I talked about it. She's hanging out with the wrong people.
Hanging out with I heard she. Now I don't know how true this is. This is a lot of stuff out there, but I heard that she played a role in the demise of somebody related to the two girls that beat her up or some shit like that.
I didn't hear that.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's so much going on that I haven't talked about it as much as everybody else. I'm just using it as an example of you are who you keep. Go ahead, bro, Matt. Go ahead, brother Matt.
I hear y'all talking about it. It kind of brings me back to remember that Kanika Jenkins incident that happened in Chicago? What was that? Chicago?
Was that the hotel joint?
Yeah, that's
the unsolved murder.
Yeah,
man. It's all about the crowd you hang around, man.
Yeah, it is.
I remember my daughter asked me to go to a hotel party when she was 16. I said, absolutely not. She said, well, how come? I said, you're not going to hang out in a hotel with a bunch of girls and then boys could come over. She said, there's not going to be any boys. I said, yeah, there's not going to be any you either. You're not going. And then like 8 months later, that Kanika Jenkins incident happened, and I had to show her. I said, this is why you're not allowed to go hang out in a hotel room with a bunch of girls. Fucking girls don't care about their friends.
If you ask me, the females are worse than the males when it comes to the get down.
Yeah, there's no honor among a lot of women. They don't care.
Nah, they don't.
They don't care.
It's just like you guys know. Well, Nate already knows about it. That lesbian that killed that woman with 4 kids. We talked about this. She wanted to go back to men. I mean, kill the girlfriend.
Oh man, you kidding me?
No.
She had 4 children, dog.
Yeah.
And she's dead now, messing with a goddamn lesbian.
You talking about she got 4 children? I'm looking at the fact that. Shit, man, it might have been a nice piece of pussy just thrown the waste.
Dude, you know how many of these black women are going both ways, dude?
Man, a lot of them are.
A lot of them.
And brother Matt, you really want to do something, you need to check out the Kendra G show. all the delusion, everything that you talk about, you can check out her channel. Yeah. All this violence.
Kendra G. Who the fuck is that?
Well, she's a radio host here in my area. Nate has done videos on her. I've done clips on her. And she has all these delusional women on there.
Got some trash men on there too now.
Yeah, got some trash Negroes on there.
Just gonna try. I mean, the dating scene for somebody.
Are they trash or are they simping?
Oh, it's both. These niggas are not all the dudes are trash, not all the women, but most of them are.
Yeah.
Most of them are.
Yeah.
It's terrible. The thought of trying to date as a black person in your late 30s, 40s, or early 50s, man.
Well, you even have some that are 60, Nate, who are in there. They're asking for a man can't be with me unless he has a passport.
What the?
Yeah.
Let him be. Just let him be. Just let him be.
But see, this is the association, because a lot, there's a lot of with all this crime. And Matt, you live in Canham, you know what goes on there. You and I rode through the hood in Canham.
Oh. Yeah, man. Where the average bitch thinks being masculine is the new cool.
Oh, what city?
He lives in
Camden, New Jersey.
Camden, Jersey. Oh my God.
You know what that is, don't you, Nate? It's right across the Delaware River. You can see Philadelphia from it.
Yeah, New Jersey is hell. I don't know anybody lives in New Jersey.
Nah, it's just expensive. That's all.
Dude, it's horrifically expensive. Oh yeah. I don't see how y'all do it, dog. Oh,
no, I just went to school in Newark, and that's another hellhole, man. Yeah.
The cold and the price of everything. No, I couldn't do it, dog.
It's fucked up, man. But you learn how to adapt and live within it or live around it.
Gotcha.
But
yeah.
But I'm telling you guys, you're going to have a lot more crime going on at these Walmarts and everything. I mean, like even here, I live in Lafayette. There was a shooting here about a month ago. Some guy shot a woman in the parking lot here at the Walmart.
Wow, yeah. Oh, you moved, man?
Yeah. We moved from Portage. I moved from Portage. I've been here for about. I lived in Portage, man. I just moved about 90 miles south. Well, all the shooting going on, and brother Nate, man, and what's going on again in Charlotte, man? Good God Almighty.
Yeah, it's indicative of the times we're in, and again, this doesn't really tie to politics necessarily, but I mean, Charlotte's run by a black Democrat woman, and just the homeless problem is beginning to increase. The crime is up. It's up in most major cities, but hopefully people will make the connection between who you put into leadership and how bad things have a tendency to become. Stop playing this game of, let's see how many unqualified people we can put into office because of the color of their skin and shit. So,
well, symbology that's taking place, that's what it is. And the left is all about symbology. You look at this, ever since this administration has taken over, what has happened? Crime has gone up. And you really know what has got me. We already know what's going on with the election. We're not going to bring it up for my channel.
Are the Republicans, are they taking over, or is it a even meet? Like, what is it right now, man? Do we still need Herschel Walker in there? What's the story right now?
Well, they got
from what I understand, the Republicans have taken the House.
Yeah.
Senate is still in the Senate, still up for grabs or something.
The Senate's still up for grabs, but if Herschel wins, it's 50-50. It's back to the way it was, and Kamala, whatever her name is, Kamala Harris can break the tie. But right now, no legislation.
I don't believe that shit for a minute. I don't believe it for a fucking minute.
Well, especially with Arizona. I don't understand Arizona,
Yeah, they're fucking doing whatever they want. That's what they're doing.
Yeah. But see, even the states that are red, the bottom line is you got individuals that are going from like California to some of these red states, but they're taking that bull crap with them, turning the state blue. So you just left the state that you already paid high taxes. It's run by one party, but your mindset is still with that other state. And look what's going on in Arizona. They tried to turn Texas like that. They tried to even turn Florida like that, and it didn't work this time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it's very discouraging, very discouraging. But the powers that be, they're just going to keep pushing until something bad happens. And when it happens, oh well, I don't want to hear shit. I want to hear shit.
No, but I also heard, Nate and Matt, that do you know, Nate, we talked about it. The black man did follow a black woman.
That's what we always do. We follow our leader.
Well,
we do exactly what she tells us to do.
Like 85% of the black men still voted Democrat.
Mm-hmm. 84% of black men voted for Stacey Abrams in Atlanta.
Yes.
Just disastrous, man. I don't know what to tell you, dog. So I just want to work with the like-minded men and just get as far away from
we have to
Negroes as possible. That's it.
Motherfuckers still want to rely on that government nipple, man. They always with their hand out. Let me go to the weakest link. That way I ain't got to do much and get more in life, or feel like I'm getting more.
What you riding in that picture?
Oh, that's a Kawasaki. No, that's a fucking Yamaha Silver Star.
You like you don't like the Harley or the Indian Chief full size, or you like that?
I just got into the cruiser game. I was crotch rocking for the longest.
All right, good deal. Man, you ride on the interstate in Jersey?
Yes, he does. I was right.
I
yes, he does. I was behind him, and we were on I-76. Going from 295 all the way to Philadelphia. It's like 5 and 6 lanes wide.
And you are a brave man, dog.
Yeah, he was on the interstate.
You're a brave nigga, Jack. Good Lord, I can't. I love these. I love cruisers. I love bikes. They're beautiful. Just, dude, the fear of getting on an interstate on one of those things, man, that shit terrifies me, dog. I don't think I could do it.
Matter of fact, brothers, I got a guy, Zeke the Prospector. I'm in Georgia. That's a major disappointment. Oh, hey, look, you guys need in Georgia, brother Zeke. You better get the brothers out there. You better vote Herschel in there. You better vote Herschel in there.
Does it even matter though? Does it even matter, dude? Like, they're gonna pull their shenanigans in their games. Stacey Abrams lost by 9 percentage points, and that wasn't enough to get Herschel Walker over. Really? I'm supposed to believe that? I'm supposed to believe niggas split the top of the ticket? Really? Okay.
Well, yeah.
So we got 14% black men to vote Republican, but they split the ticket.
Yeah. Yeah. But the same thing happened in Nevada. The governor, Nevada went red for governor, but yet I forgot her name. She was behind by 5 points, and they were taking all day to count the votes, and she ended up on top.
Sure she did.
And they're still counting some votes in California now.
Of course. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
It's all these battleground, and these individuals. One thing I noticed about leftists out here, there are a bunch of immature and jealous types of people. They are. They, like Matt said, they want to live off the government nipple. I mean, they think government's going to solve all the problems. Government causes all the problems.
Causes a lot of them. Yes, sir.
And this redistribution of wealth, I don't want that either. I work hard for my money.
Yes, sir. It's just so unfortunate, man. I mean, you tell these young people to vote, they go out and vote. Their vote doesn't matter. They want to give illegals the right to vote. You know, they're playing all these games with the vote. Technology has had all these advancements, but it's taking 10 times as long to count the vote.
Yeah.
How's that work?
Hey, how do y'all feel about that Dave Chappelle monologue on Saturday Night Live the other night when he he did that Trump part where he was talking about the system is crooked and Trump says, I know, I use it. It was like, damn, getting out the guy for telling the truth, right?
Well,
Trump had this economy humming, lowest black unemployment, lowest Latino unemployment, jobs out the wazoo, American steel coming back. We are selling oil and we're oil independent. That's my dog.
energy. We were energy independent.
I'm all for Trump, bro.
Yes, sir. But I mean, Dave Chappelle does his thing. You know, you got to worry about that small hats. The ADL came after him. So
Yeah, the empire. Yeah, and well, the bottom line, even the trans community, and well, we talked about this.
So you know what I wonder, man. I've really been biting my tongue about a lot of shit lately, man, because I don't want to get flagged. But who told them they can have a voice? Since when were they allowed to really have a voice? Like when did this shit really matter? You know?
I mean, this is a group of people who they die. 40% of them die by the age of 30 because they dominate themselves, and we're supposed to celebrate these people.
Yeah, go ahead and let it out here, man. It's Wednesday night. I mean, and they have they're a small minority of people, but yet even 6 of them in a club in Colorado Springs, I believe, got killed as well. I mean, this whole month has been violent.
This is going to happen a lot more. I mean, you threaten people's children. You tell people that you can come be intimate with their children. This is what's going to happen. Now, I don't know the ultimate motive of the guy that did it, but I could guarantee you this is going to happen more and more. I'm not saying it should. I'm just saying it is, because you can't mess with a man's children, and that's what they're doing.
No, you can't. Bottom line is, when they came out with that song, "We're Coming for Your Children," some people got up in arms about that. And then, as we talked about, going back to Fairfax County, Virginia, where one of the trans women went to the woman's bathroom and sexually assaulted somebody's
10-year-old girl.
Yeah. And he got arrested standing up for his water. You know. Yeah. Salute, brother Clue. What's going on? But we got a lot of this. We got a lot of this out here, and it's going to get worse. Let me check the poll. I got 16 votes. Should you keep your circle of friends small? 94% yes, 6% no. And the reason why I put that question out there, Nate, we talk about separating. Well, we also got to be careful who we having our circle here. Yeah,
no doubt. So, what would you say to the liberals who say we need to ban guns? I mean, what's the answer? We got to stop all this violence. We got to stop it somehow. So
this is my thing. How do you stop something that's been happening before time? I mean,
well, no, the violence, it has to stop. We got to stop it. It has to.
I mean, let's be
violent.
Let's be clear. Let's be crystal clear. You take us away. Let's put it in an animal perspective. Animals kill each other to survive, right? You have animals that eat other animals, which is an act of violence, right? Violence has been happening on the face of this earth forever. So why do you want to take it away now? Why?
Interesting.
Well, that's true. Hey, look at Clue. Hey, Luciferian and his Clue is coming back again. Zeke the Spectre. Bad guys with guns get stopped by good guys. And shout out to brother Nate. That's exactly what he said.
Yeah, that's what it is. good guy with a gun can put down a bad guy with a gun.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
And you're never going to keep guns out of the hands of criminals. I don't care what you do. Criminals are always going to find a way to get the guns. Always.
Absolutely. Especially the ones that are coming across that border illegally.
Absolutely.
Zeke the Prospector says, especially those Transformer strip shows and the Drag Queen Story Hour. Something that Brother Nate did. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've gotten plenty of strikes for talking about that shit.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But we have to keep on putting the truth out here. And that's the problem. Individuals, they don't want to hear the truth. That's the bottom line.
Well, especially YouTube doesn't want to hear it. That's what doesn't want to hear it. YouTube doesn't want to hear it.
Well, heck, they really.
Yeah, they'll take your video down so fast and flag you, and oh man, take your whole account down. And
they're protecting people like Hunter Biden. They're protecting the Biden administration, keeping all sorts of things hidden about the jab and COVID. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it.
Hey, I love. You know what I'm loving right now? I'm loving how Kanye West and Kyrie Irving are actually being used as an example of America is not a country that really has freedom of speech.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, we just know who we can't talk about, and those no one can talk.
And if there's something we can't talk about, they gotta be more specific because they say land of the free, right?
True.
Freedom of speech, right?
True.
You gotta be a little more specific now. If you want to put some gun lines in there, I mean.
True. Shit. True. Shout out to Zeke the Prospector. No, we talk about trans all the time here. No, my channel's not. We kind of water it down, but I'm gonna.
What's the problem? He don't like the fact that we're talking about faggots. He ain't like we're talking anything good about them.
I love that word. I love that word. Well, I absolutely do.
Oh, you old.
I mean, I ain't got nothing good to say about it. What the fuck? I mean, what's the matter?
We still going to talk about it here on our. The truth is the truth. See, here's the problem.
God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. There's the truth, okay?
Well, remember, Matt, you said two dicks don't mix, right?
Two dicks do not mix. Absolutely not. Two dicks do not mix, man.
No sir.
But we can't run away from it. All right, YouTube flags it. I still. Clue says my video got taken down for using that. Oh my God, for using that word, Clue. They took his video down.
Of
course. For using what word? What? You a faggot?
Yes, yeah. You can't. You're not allowed to say that, man. I
got a couple videos up there using that word. Hold on, what fucking YouTube channel is this?
I've heard Tommy use it. I've heard Minister Jap use it. Yeah, dude. They've struck me so many times. I can't give them a reason to. So
yeah, well,
they'll strike me for nothing, dog. You know that.
Yeah. He said, I'm talking about YouTube flagging them words. Yeah, censorship. Yeah, censorship bullshit. That's what he said. Yeah. And And the bottom line is here with YouTube, some of us might have to go on over to Rumble or what else is out there?
Well, Rumble's doing well. I mean, a lot of big name YouTubers are fresh and fit. Said they're going to Rumble.
Oh,
Fresh and Fit said they're going to Rumble. They're still going to do content on YouTube, but they're going to do their main show on Rumble because they can say whatever they want.
Wow.
Yeah, Fresh and Fit said they are moving to Rumble. Yes, sir.
Well, maybe YouTube needs some competition because.
Oh, yes, Lord. Yes, they do.
I mean, my channel's been like stifled too. Clue said Tommy is on Rumble. I thought Tommy was.
Oh, he is? Okay. Interesting. I'll check that out.
Yeah, Tommy says we know Tommy there, big body.
Hey, Clue, how many have you seen his show? How many listeners does he have? Do you know?
I haven't seen his show. I
was asking Clue if he knows how many. Have you seen a live stream of Tommy's, and how many listeners does he have?
Yeah, Clue. How many listeners? Because I know Tommy, his audience follows him wherever he goes.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, and I think Tommy, from what I heard he got banned off of Instagram too. How do you get?
No, I think he's. I've seen him on Instagram.
Is it Instagram or OnlyFans? One of them. Yeah,
OnlyFans. I heard they got rid of his channel. I don't know why. I mean, women can do all sorts of filth and indecency. What the hell is he doing?
Yeah. Now Clue says he was at 2,000 subs when he went there, so it's a new channel. Zeke the Prospector says the Soto Nation is real. It's been real since 2010, and I, he was the one who came out with that hardcore talk too.
Yeah.
And that's the whole problem. The speech here, YouTube is kind of watered down, and let's just be honest, brothers. You got a lot of guys who are, let's say, going in the direction that they're for the women out here. We know one of them. Me and Nate talked about him. Who said, how the hell did he get kicked off OnlyFans? I don't know.
I have no idea, because I mean these women are doing all sorts of crazy, nasty shit. What the hell could Tommy do to get kicked off OnlyFans? But I've heard a few people say they shut down his OnlyFans. Yeah.
So if he's getting shut down.
Well, actually, no, it was O'Shea did content, and in O'Shea's content about Tommy, because they were going back and forth.
Yeah,
he said Tommy's now.
Yeah, and we need as many people, particularly like Dr. Steve Turley. We need guys like him. That's who we need to go over there. ABL. I know, Nate, you tried to get Dr. T. Hassan Johnson. I tried to get him too, but he ain't coming over to our place. Maybe it's because of our politics. I don't know.
I never tried to get T. Hassan Johnson. No.
I thought you did. I thought we were going to
go. I never reached out to him. I mean, God bless him. I've never reached out to him.
He's been talking. Well, he was shadow banned too.
Oh, T. Hassan Johnson was? Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, he's pro-black male, which is not allowed. So, absolutely not allowed.
Yeah, Clue says, I remember OnlyFans didn't like when Tommy told people to hit the Cash App on OnlyFans.
Oh, shit. Wow.
Huh.
Golly. They're that sensitive? Wow.
Yeah, because I remember I was watching a video, and the lady that was on there, Rashida Strober, she was on there with Tommy, and I guess she was trying to go back and forth with Tommy, and Tommy made $7,000 one night.
Ooh, Lord.
Yeah. I'm like, what? Yeah. He said, I'm gonna show you how this works. Yeah.
Free market. God bless him.
He made 7,000 in one night. I'm like, wow.
That's some bread, boy. That's some bread.
Yeah. But see, that's why and YouTube is becoming really, really sensitive. That's why, even with panels, even the twins got to watch, the conservative twins. They got to watch some of the stuff they say. You know who the conservative twins are? The Hobbs
twins or something like that.
Yeah. They got to be careful for what they say, and they got 1 million subscribers.
Yeah, Dr. Steve Turley just hit 1 million, and ABL
too. You're right there, brother Matt.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm out here in the projects right now. I'm got my eyes.
Get out the hood, man.
I'm doing in the projects.
I'm out here just looking at the scallywags.
Oh man, get out! You gotta.
Yeah. Boy, I try my best to stay away from the project, boy. I mean, I'm forced to go into there to go look at a car every now and again, but that's it.
Hey,
yeah.
A dog can't always eat steak, man. Sometimes we gotta eat some Salisbury,
You gonna fuck around? You getting 12-cent bologna slices over there, though.
yeah, you do, man. Hey, Matt, you better watch yourself, man. Look, you ever heard of Cracker Jack, right? You know what's inside a box of Cracker Jack? A surprise. You don't want it. You don't want a toy surprise, man.
Got a bigger joint than yours, man. Yeah, be careful.
Yeah, you got to watch the package too. But Zeke says scallywags, strags, Karens, avoid them all. Facts.
Yes, sir.
Facts.
Indeed.
And again, that's another thing. If you are in the hood and you're successful, don't go back. Don't go back there, because these are the individuals that are going to get jealous of you. And once they get jealous of you, they're going to try to take you out. That's why I say keep your circle of friends small.
Indeed.
Take care of that, Matt, with some Mucinex, bro. Get some of that. I had some of that.
Well, I'm sure there's probably snow on the ground in Jersey now.
No, is there? No. No, we had some not too long ago. But yeah.
I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't do it, dog. Cannot do that snow and them goddamn freezing temperatures. I can't do it, dog.
Yeah, well, it was 11 degrees not too long ago here, about 2 days ago, and I was out.
You said 11?
11 degrees. What the fuck?
Well, that was the low. The high got to 30 degrees, and I think it was Monday. They were
that was our low. 30 was our low.
Salute there, Kenneth Williams. But yeah, but guys, like I said, you gotta watch out, watch your surroundings, and start vetting people. And that, because the first people I said that are gonna really screw you over the most are gonna be your so-called friends and family. And don't tell them what you got. There are a number of individuals who they want to brag about what they got, and all you're going to do is infuriate the ones who are failures in life. Look, you have a lot of this insecurity, even on YouTube. I've seen it. Nate, you've seen it, Matt. Individuals get upset really easily. This is why all the beefs take place, because you have somebody that's doing better than someone else. The bottom line is, you gotta worry about yourself out here too.
I mean, I as a conservative, I celebrate people's success. It's just not the same.
Sure.
Not reciprocated a lot of times. So, it is what it is.
Yeah. Kenneth Williams says maintaining a smaller circle is imperative. That's right. You don't want you remember all these rap songs we used to see, and they had this big posse with them. Well, you don't need that big posse, because you always got to watch out for that person inside that big posse, because they may be jealous of you. They want to be you. That's really what they want to be. And that's
what do you think of August Alsina, the guy that was sleeping?
It was fucking Will Smith's wife.
Yeah, it was fucking Will Smith's wife. Now he comes out as gay.
Oh yeah, I heard it. Oh my God.
Well, that's the thing, man. I think Will Smith was fucking him, man. Will was gay.
And it's suspected that, August Alsina was best friends with Will Smith's son, Jaden. He and Jaden with each other.
You already know what time it is with him.
Can you imagine hitting off a son and his mother?
And the father. Will, come on, let's not forget, man. God. Come on, man. Will's fag, man. Will's a fag, man.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's Will Smith's son.
I know you don't want to believe it, but come on, man. I know you heard the secrets about Hollywood.
I heard his son say he was. So, but I don't know.
Well, that's a different generation. They don't give a fuck about anything. They'll come out and say, hey, I suck dick. They don't give a fuck about nothing, man.
But what's wrong with all these black men? See, this is, black men especially. Billy Porter. There's another guy, the Saucy Santana. All these guys, What's wrong with
I don't know, man, because at one point you were ashamed to come out and say you were a faggot, man.
Yeah.
Now motherfuckers just so open and it was very rare for a brother or a nigga to be a faggot. You will find a cracker. Oh, excuse me. You will find a fucking whitey to be a fucking faggot before a nigga.
I mean, black is the new gay, dog. Come on now. That's what the liberals say. Black is the new gay. So yeah.
I'm sorry, I lost my damn.
And we know how you get, but the bottom line is here. But black men, I mean, they seem to they're embracing being sweet. I don't understand that. And then when you're like us, hetero, it's like we're some looks like we're some dying breed out here.
Yeah. You figure, man. We are a dying breed, man. It's almost weird to be straight, man.
Yeah.
These chicks want feminine men, man. They want niggas that want to get their booty tickled and shit, man. They want bitch made niggas. They don't want masculine niggas, man.
That's true.
Hey Jonesy, man. I've been off the grid for a while, man, but I've been coming across a lot of shit, man. And I was out Delaware with my I was going to see my fiance and shit the other day, and I stopped over to this fucking chiropractor. Like they just snap, they realign you real quick, pop.
Chiropractor.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, you go out. Wow. But
hopefully he's all right. Fucking around in Jersey in the ghetto.
Well, yeah.
What that nigga's dealing with, boy. Oof.
Hey, I went to school, Nate, there, and it wasn't a pretty place, man. Newark wasn't good, man.
Jersey is on a whole nother level of shit.
In fact, when I came out of school one night on Lock Street in Newark, man, there was a shooting there. I'm like, what the hell is going on? They had the coming down there, man. You could see the ammo and you can see the body bag out there. Man.
Hey, you there? Oh, sorry. Yeah, so I'm out here in Newcastle, Delaware. I'm right off of 141. I know you know what that is.
141 is, yeah.
Yeah, there's a little plaza out there next to William Penn High School and shit. So after I get done seeing the chiropractor and getting my little realignment, I walk past this nail salon. You got the diva, ghetto girl type chicks all in the nail salon. As I'm walking back to my car, the door's open, and this one bitch says to me, "Oh, he's a big one. He had to give me that paycheck. He want me to fuck with him." So I hear what she said. I said, I turned back to her. I said, "What make you think I'm gonna pay you? I'm the catch. I'm the fucking catch. I don't like paying you, bitch." So this bitch, I guess her feelings got hurt because she had a girlfriend with her. And I said that shit. So she said, "Oh, motherfucker, you got me fucked up because I would tie your ass up and piss on you. I'd have a day with you." I said, "Damn, you pee on me, huh? So you rather piss on me than pay me, huh?" I said, you ain't nothing but a broke bitch. You can't even afford me. You can't even afford me. You're rather piss on me than pay me. I know you can't afford me.
Bruh. 40 years ago, if you told somebody some random woman said she's gonna tie you up and piss on you, they wouldn't believe you.
I can't make this shit up. That's the sad part, man.
Minds, dog. Jeez.
These bitches done lost their fucking mind. Like you telling a straight stranger, I had to tell her that because my plates on my vehicle show that I'm not from the state. You telling me you would piss on you would tie me up and piss on me? Jeez. I'm supposed to fuck you?
And no. Now I'm gonna put you to the test. I'm gonna see if you really gonna do it. Snatch you up, take you somewhere. Yeah, fucking bitch. Oh.
How about I just tie you up and leave you in the trunk? Fuck you peeing on me. You fucking bitch.
Yeah, crazy boy. Oh my god.
I mean, now, if we walked up and said that, what would happen?
Oh, you can go to jail. They probably I mean, they record you.
Sexual harassment. Oh my God, how you gonna talk to you like that? I'm a female. Oh, bitch, shut the fuck up.
And that's what you got to worry about when you go in the workplace as well too. This is why when you go in the workplace, you can't have any. Know who your association is in the workplace as well. As far as supervisors, you also got to. This is why, and I know Brother Matt is in it. This is why I choose professions I work with my hands. There's not many women working out.
Interesting. Yeah, there's not a lot of women in my industry either.
No, there's who's gonna get out there? Yeah, because you got to drive through different areas.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
that's why when I see like some of the younger generation doing some shit that ain't like I commend the younger generation that get out there and drive a truck. You know what I mean? Like not no regular truck, like a fucking 53-footer. You know, or I see a motherfucker with dirty work boots on a construction site, or actually laying pipe on some plumbing shit, or doing heat and ventilation, air conditioning shit that the average motherfucker ain't really out here doing, man. But when you see a younger person doing that shit, it's like, okay, all right, yeah, you got both parents in the household, or you grew up with some sense. Somebody raised you right, man, because these niggas don't want to do. These niggas and these bitches don't want to do shit, but fucking want a handout nowadays, man.
Yeah.
Salute all the blue collar men, dog. Absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
I know I work in that blue collar and improve it. My other channel. Go to my other channel, the QCIS channel. I'll show you all the blue collar work I do. And in fact, I was out there Saturday, wind blowing. It was about 27 degrees, hands freezing, and I did a video out there. Yeah. On how to do an inspect. Matter of fact, I did 2 videos. Yeah, my hands were free. Ears, even with the hat on, that wind was just cutting my face up. I'm out there in that blue collar work out there.
Hey, you wanna piss off one of these millennials? You wanna make them mad without even having to say much to them? Write them a letter in cursive.
Oh my
Write them a letter in cursive. Schools don't even teach that shit no more, how to write in cursive. We'll read it, man.
Well, I know the school that I'm going to right now, Purdue University, now, because a lot of the young folks don't even know about government. Guess what? In order for them to graduate, now I don't have to take it because I've already passed the test and I already knew the 3 branches of government. But do you know some of these young ones don't even know who the president and vice president? They don't even know about the 3 branches of government. They don't.
Judicial, legislative, and executive.
Yeah, they don't, Matt. They don't know that. So,
it's so crazy you said that. You know what? I swear, man, I gotta really start getting back on the fucking streamlines, man. I had a fucking idiot. I'm calling him an idiot because they gonna tell me that, and it's sad how the justice system is so injustice to us. But they only let you do what you allow them to do to them. A motherfucker told me that a municipal court reopened a case that was dismissed by a superior court. I said, how? If a superior court, which is a higher court than municipal, dismissed a case against you, how do you let a municipal court reopen that case against you? A lower court. That's like saying the state overrides the federal. How? I just shake my head like, man, it's gonna be sad, man. The future coming ahead for some of these people. It's sad, man.
And they expect you not to fight. You're supposed to just be scared and deal with it.
Yeah.
Or say guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, a lot of these young ones, or a lot of these, I don't want to even say, because there are a lot of old heads out there who don't know about the government. They just act like they know. And most of the people, when they go and vote, I'm just going to be honest with you, they vote on emotion. They vote for the symbology. They don't know what issue they're voting for. I mean, I did a pre-recorded last week, and I said, what are you voting for? And many of them don't. They really want to vote because they like this guy, but they don't want this guy. And that's what happened while Biden is in there. because a number of them don't like Biden. They just didn't like Trump. But see, they didn't care about their country, and this is what we got now. That's why.
You know the most ignorant fucking shit I heard, man. And I was locked up at the time. Oh man, I'm voting for Obama because he's black. The fuck? The fuck that's supposed to mean?
Some people did.
I'm voting for Obama because he's black.
Actually, Obama's black. He's black and white. He's got a
Yeah,
white.
he really is. No, but the fact that people say they're only voting for him because he's black, I'm like, okay, so fuck his political views, right? And what he stands for, and what you might want to be and not to be, that can carry out if he signs the bill. You just want to go vote for him because he's black, right?
Yeah. That's gonna say.
But that's what you have out here when it comes to people voting. See, we live amongst a bunch of sheep here. Okay, there's a sheep mentality here.
Yeah.
That's the problem. So this is why they don't like to come in a space where we are. I mean, I noticed they're not, and Nate destroys them all in debates anyway out there. I mean, I've heard it. Yeah. It's not even worth debating.
You know, when people like us speak out to open amongst them or to them, we're deemed as crazy or brainwashed, or are you one of those 60 niggas? You got old head mentality. You fucked up in the head. You don't know what you're talking about. This is 2022. Nigga, that shit ain't around no way. That shit ain't, man, motherfucker, everybody getting along. Everybody saying kumbaya. You stuck in your own ways. You don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you doing drugs. Yeah.
I actually had somebody who told me I sounded white. I did a video up there, and they had pride. I was in Walmart, and I did. And me and Nate, we beat it down pretty hard. This pride.
Hey, you sounded white because you had an articulate vocabulary with a up tone vernacular.
Yeah, but I was told somebody left a comment. You know, people come in there, and you know they shouldn't even be on your channel. And I was told, well, I sounded white because I didn't believe in the pride. They had Pride ice cream. That video is still up there. That Pride ice cream.
Oh my God, disgusting.
They said, "Why are you talking about that Pride ice cream?" I said, "Well,
that's that faggot ice cream, right? That fucking rainbow shit, right?"
Walmart had it. The video is still up. It's about a 10-minute video I did. I'm like, look at this.
That fun style ice cream, man. Man, like, what the fuck, man? That's all I can say to that shit.
So somebody left a comment, and, I called it out, and they said, "Yo, you sound like one of those white people." I'm like, "Yeah, what are you doing up here?"
Oh, now you sound like one of the white people because you're speaking your mind on some truth.
Well, that's what we have to deal with so many ABWs out there. They don't want to deal with the truth. They live the lie. They bond. They lie to each other.
Hey, the moment you tell one of them to suck my dick or kiss my ass, they just might possibly do it because faggot shit's so acceptable. They think it's so normal now. Why not? Oh, kiss your ass? Sure, come on.
Zeke the Prospector says Pride ice cream. Talk about rainbow sherbet, Trans Creamery. Well, no, it was Walmart Pride ice cream. They took it's not there anymore, but it was just after they had the because by the way, the same day Juneteenth is, that's also Pride Month. June is also Pride. Did you all know? Well,
and Father's Day is in June, so yeah, you gotta love that.
Yeah, that's when I shot that video. I'm like, Father's Day, Juneteenth. Now, has anybody ever celebrated Juneteenth? I never did.
I'm not celebrating that. Fuck.
I took my children to a park where they were celebrating it a couple of times. That's it.
What's to celebrate? What does it really celebrate?
It's another blackety black day. You know, it's another blackety black day.
Joe Biden came up with it. It's about, the freedom of something. Facts. Ignorance is bliss and delusion is comfort. Facts. See the perspective. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Joe did that just so he can keep the weak black people in his good graces so he can get some more votes for if he has to rerun for anything. Whether it's for presidency or a senator seat or wherever the fuck he chooses to go once he's done this shit. Which I don't think he's gonna last much longer. I hope the nigga kicks the can. Yeah, I said it.
That's cold, man.
I agree. I couldn't agree with you more.
He just turned 80 years. He's younger than my dad. My dad looks better than him. My dad is. Yeah.
But I think Camilla's going to be even more dangerous, though.
Yeah.
Even more dangerous.
That bitch might be a man. You never know, man. She might be a man somewhere between her legs, man.
She's a Kamala the chameleon. She's a chameleon. She's black when
she's Indian. She's whatever she needs to be. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. They're gonna take the focus away from most folks. Oh, first black female president. They're gonna keep going. And meanwhile, behind the scenes, watch what's going on behind the scenes. There's gonna be a whole bunch of other shit going on that we're gonna be so blind to because they're gonna be projecting that she's the first black female, this and that. If in the event Joe kicks the can and she has to take over.
And if you don't vote for her, you're a racist. You know that, right?
Yeah.
If you're black, no matter what, you don't vote for her, you're a racist.
Or no voting, no voting, no vucking. What the hell does that mean?
I'm so done with the left. I'm just so done with them, dog.
They really don't make sense, and they want to try hard. Again, who wants to associate with those people? I mean, and the ones who say defund the police, they're your latte liberals who don't even live in the area where they need police, because where they live, it's probably not much that happens until something happens.
Yeah. And when something starts to happen, then they'll cry and bitch and complain and, ask where are the police, where are their tax dollars going? Well, you wanted to defund the police, you stupid white liberal. So.
Yeah, Zeke, the perspective says, get your booty to the pole. That'd be, that.
And trash, man. It's all trash.
And
everything they produce that's meant to appeal to black people, like it's some of the most insulting shit in the man. You got a goddamn tranny in Saucy Santana talking about, if you don't vote the way I want, you won't get access to his asshole. Don't nobody want your filthy asshole, you fucking Fanuc.
Jesus.
Disgusting fucking bloody butt boy Fanuc.
He said that?
Yeah, he says it in the song. He says, if you don't vote, you won't get access to if you don't vote something, you won't get access to this booty. He literally says that.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man. He's black men. You better go to the military. You better get some masculinity in you. You end up like Billy Porter or Saucy Santana. And if you don't know who that is, man's got a beard. He was wearing tights on a BET Awards. Nate, you had that on.
Yeah, they struck my channel because I was playing those BET clips. Yeah. I can't not get a strike, dog. That's all they do is strike my shit. That's it.
That's because you're putting
straight.
Well, with all of us, I'm surprised they haven't struck the hardcore Tito stuff yet. Some of the stuff he says.
Mm.
Oh, but
give them time; they'll get around to it.
Yeah. So, but that's what's going on out here, and again, we all understand that this violence is going to take place, and then beware who your friends are. I mean, even your own family, start looking at them too. if they're just calling you just because they want something, but then if you need something from them and there's always an excuse, or they get upset if you can't give them anything, but there's an excuse if they can't give you anything, you better question that too, because again, two people that'll screw you over the most are your so-called friends and family. For everybody who's on Facebook, okay, I call it fake book, but Facebook, those aren't your friends. I don't care how many people friend you, they're not your friends. They're not. And this is what happens too. And when you're going out to the club, somebody says, hey, we're going out to the club, bro. Tell them no. You don't want anybody to have access to where you are, because you might not be coming home the way it is today. I mean, you look at that female that got killed in Mexico.
You know, she paid for all their flights.
She certainly did, Nate. I was
paid
going
for all their flights. Yeah.
Paid
And they
for
killed her.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great.
She paid for all their flights.
She paid for all their fucking flights, though.
She paid for her death.
Yeah, they beat her to death. And baby mama number 5, Cynthia G, Tanya TKO, none of these bitches gonna say a word about it.
Oh no.
And you know who else didn't say? You know who else hadn't said anything about it? Okay, whatever happened. Where's Madame Noir? And
of course not. Of course not.
Where the feminists at?
The only time they talk about black women getting killed is if a black man does it. When white guys do it, they don't say shit. When black women do it, and nobody harms more black women than black women. I mean, just look at all the fight videos.
Yeah, and look at the ones who are stuck in lesbian relationships.
Yeah, shooting each other in the pussy.
Oh yeah,
all sorts of crazy shit.
Yeah, that video I sent you. That happened in Detroit.
Yeah.
You can tell over here.
And she lived. The funny thing is, she lived to tell about it too. That's amazing. When Mr. McGillicuddy does it, no peep. Shout out to Celine, Mr. McGillicuddy.
I just switched on with you. Then we can have some.
With fight vids. Yeah, and that's the thing. And World Star Hip Hop used to have all that. Yeah, World Star Hip Hop. Yes. That has a lot. Tommy used to put stuff up there. He used to get stuff from World Star Hip Hop. And that's what you get. But yeah, that's why I said, if you feel yourself in the wrong area of town, get out of it. Have common sense. I mean, and don't. And here's what Negroes will do too. Don't go in there buying the most expensive car and you drive in the hood. You're going to end up killed. Yeah, you got guys, and you got guys out here buying clothes to impress other guys. Shout out to Ringo. He said that as well. That's feminine behavior. And if you look at some of these commercials, I saw Old Spice commercial. The guys are looking sweet. I saw commercial, T-Mobile commercial, where a black guy answers the door and he's looking sweet. I mean, they're making all of us look sweet. They're not putting the brutes out there anymore. They're putting the sweeties out there. And apparently the women like the sweeties so they can run over them. That's what they're looking for. Shout out to Dr. Ronald Neal. Check out his videos. And chat, I want you to spam. I know Brother Nate's got a channel and Big Body's got a channel. Spam their channels. And I know Nate's working on his, but they still got channels. He's got 2 channels up there.
Yeah, what do y'all think about the Green Power Ranger committing suicide after his divorce?
Oh, man. Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
I didn't hear about that, man.
Yeah, the Green Power Ranger, he's 49. He got divorced.
Oh, I think I saw something like that on.
Coach Greg Adams been talking about it and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, he killed himself because of the divorce. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
49? He's still young.
Just 49 years old, man. Yeah. 1 year older than me. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I've never understood how leaving a woman causes you to want to die. That's so illogical to me.
Yeah, because there was a video out where one guy killed himself. He was driving in. I don't know what happened. That was on over, I don't know, was it springtime or so? And he killed himself. And there was a guy, actually, he was from Maryland. He killed his baby mama and his ex-wife. Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
We gotta again, we still have to maintain our masculinity out here. And black men, I don't know what happened to them. I don't know what happened to men, period. They've allowed themselves to be very, very much indoctrinated by feminism too. Yeah, that Maryland medical professional. That's right. Yeah, yeah. In my home state of Maryland. Yeah, and the guy killed. He killed his. I think he killed his girlfriend. Then went and killed his ex while the children were in the car. And then
I remember that.
Yeah, then he took himself out.
Oh.
So now the children are left with no parents.
I mean, a lot of these women, I mean, if you're going to make my life worth not living, what's to keep me from taking your life with mine?
Well, that's
why would you try to destroy somebody else's life like that? Because it didn't work out. And most of the time the women leave. So why are you destroying the man's life?
Well, you know why she's doing that? Because it's all about control, Nate. It's what it is.
Oh.
Well, if you look at Kendra's videos, you have some women up there who say they want a weaker man, or one woman says she wanted an ugly man. She says, she says she doesn't like pretty men because she can't control that pretty man or that attractive man. So she wants. Look, let's just be honest. They're looking for somebody to control.
Yeah, that's all they want to do is control, man. They don't want nothing. They don't want nothing high powered or something that can overtop them. They want to be in control. That's why you usually see a lot of times you see the bad bitch or the good looking bitch with the corny oofy ass nigga because she can fucking manipulate, control that motherfucker and have her way with that motherfucker. If you try to fuck with a nigga like me or a nigga like Leon or a nigga like Nate or somebody, she's gonna have a rough fucking time. A very rough time. She might even fuck around and slice her wrist because she knows she can't have her fucking way.
That I mean, that's true. And I wish. Look, the bottom line is, just say it. Look, just come out and say, I really want control. Stop. I mean, we already know it, but I want to hear him say it. You know. That's the truth. And, if you like Mr. Charlie, say Mr. Charlie is better. Just say it. Say that you don't like the brothers. Say it. Don't. You know why they don't do that? Because if Mr. Charlie doesn't want them, they'll come back bouncing to a simp, and usually the simp will take them whether they're used or not. And you know what I call them? Nate call it. Nate has the TWW. I call them HTs. Yeah, we come up with our own little acronyms here. Yeah, human toilets, toilet water women. That's what Nate calls them. What are feminists for? Hashtag. We know, FAFF. That's it. And
sad, man. I'm so sad. These women, they destroy themselves, man. It's sad.
Well, some of them and Jaded Black brought it up. They think they're men.
Yeah. They want to be men. I mean, how I wish they understood how valuable just being a decent woman would make them. Just be a kind, caring, warm, decent woman. You'll have guys lined up as far as you could see, trying to get at you. And then you got to be smart and just go ahead and pick one and give it your all, you know? But they don't want to do that. So you just got to let them perish.
No, and that's why. And you know, there's some guys they're not telling you, and it's not that they can't get brothers in a higher position. They don't think they'll tell you those brothers don't exist. No, because those brothers have options too, and they got standards, and they don't qualify for those brothers. If they're coming to the table with a bunch of babies from different baby mamas, but baby mamas too, because they're, you know, you got the lesbos, they're taking care of them too. Yeah, you gotta, but they got a bunch of kids, they got a bad attitude, they got a lot of mouth. I mean, dealing with that masculine attitude is like dealing with another man.
Yeah.
The only difference is, see another man, you might be able to whoop his ass. You try to do that to her, she's calling them po-po on you.
She's sure enough trying to do that to you. Plenty of time.
Well, except in Detroit. Yeah.
Why you say except in Detroit?
Tried to call her, remember? Sister tried to call her brothers, and both of them had
yeah.
Both of them were lying out there on the lawn.
Hey, so what happens you run in a man's house? He pops you. It is what it is. He didn't go to jail, nothing.
Oh, he didn't?
No, he didn't go to jail or anything.
I thought I heard he went to jail because somebody told me I heard he got arrested, so he didn't.
Really? No, I was.
No, if he didn't go to jail, that's good.
If he had outstanding warrants or something like that, maybe that he got hemmed up with that. But it's on video. Them stupid niggas running into his house.
We saw it. We saw it.
Yeah.
Seek the perspective, just like they say there are atheists in the trenches. When conflict ensues, there will be no feminists in the foxholes. I know.
No, yeah, let somebody come to our shores to invade. We'll see how eager they are to get out front and start shooting. I wonder.
Yes. Let me go back to the poll. Should you keep your circle of friends small? 21 votes. Doing pretty good on this
temperature challenge. That's pretty funny what Zeke said. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, Zeke has been hammering out. 95% yes, you should keep your friends small, your circle of friends small, and 5% no. I wish that 5% come defend that. What I mean, you want all these people in your life? Do you trust all these people? These individuals who you call your friends, would you trust them with your car? Would you trust them with your money? Would you trust them in your house? Now, like I said, Nate, you got a big. Are you going to just invite anybody over to your house?
Oh hell no!
Yeah,
absolutely not.
I mean, brother Matt, you got that Kawasaki, that motorcycle. You gonna trust anybody to ride your motorcycle, man?
Fuck no, because first off, they're not going to love it the way I'm going to love it and take care of it the way I'm going to take care of it. And second, most importantly, if they get fucked up on it, I'm responsible.
And they are going to fuck up on it. I guarantee you. Yeah, you never let nobody ride your bike ever.
Hey, you know what? It's like, hey, am I going to let somebody stick their dick in my bitch? Like that's what you just asked me, basically. Like,
it's better that you let them fuck your broad than ride your bike. I'm gonna be honest with you. No, man. I can't tell you how many times I've done accidents. I have to do claims. Somebody lets somebody ride their bike. And then next they're calling me to fucking come do a claim on the bike. So yeah, man. Happens all the time.
So and are you going to trust? Are you? I mean, let me be honest. Do you even trust family sometimes? Would you trust some of your family on your bike or your house? Hell no. This is why my mom told me why she didn't have Thanksgiving. Because, my mom said it like this. She said, because niggas want to come over here and eat. They don't want to clean. Now, I'm the only one. Yeah. So she's, I mean, they used to come in like it was a free for all. Even my sisters.
Wow.
That's why. Yeah, that's why she's not cooking.
What y'all doing, Leon? You and Miss Tommy Jean, what are y'all doing?
Football. We're watching a little football. Going to throw down on some steak. I made some good old chicken soup.
Tomorrow?
No, I made it tonight.
No. What y'all doing tomorrow?
Oh, cooking that. I'm gonna throw that steak on, man. I'm gonna tenderize it tonight, let it marinate, and
yes, sir.
You know what I'm talking about. I got her T-bone and got myself a top choice sirloin, center cut, bro.
Yes, sir. Okay, what's the sides? What's the sides?
We're gonna have some. I'm gonna throw up some mashed potatoes. And we're gonna have some peas in there. Some. Yeah, you know I love that cooking, man.
But bro, you know I do my peas. I do onion, butter and a little sugar, salt and pepper. Gotta add a little sugar to your peas, man.
I actually do that. I actually salt. Now I haven't used the onion. I use the onion because onion can get a little scarce, so I use the onion powder.
Okay.
But I saute my peas in butter. Okay. Put it on the stove, saute them. That's how we all. And I do that with my corn. I mean, so damn near. Shoot, you add some onion and some peppers to it. You damn near got some succotash, man.
Yep. Mix of veg, yes, sir.
So that's basically what I'm.
How you make your steaks? Cast iron, grill pan?
You know what? I don't know if we have a cast iron pan. I just throw them bad boys, man. I'm gonna put that bad boy on 250 and let it just.
Oh, okay. You slow cooking.
Yeah, man. Because I look. I like my steak, man, to be juicy, man.
Understood. Do you sear it when you pull it out, or you just get it to the temp you want?
I used to sear it. Now, if it's in a pan, I sear it, but in the oven, I just get it right to the temp I want. And
okay.
And then, if it comes out right, it's gonna cut like butter, man.
Okay, wait. A1 barbecue sauce or nothing?
Well, I don't have any. Normally, it's A1.
Yeah, I love A1 on a steak. Love it.
Now, there's another one out there. I put it on hamburgers like Heinz 57. That's okay.
Yes.
I mean, that ain't as good as A1. Now with the ribs, come around there and get a slab of ribs and throw that rub on there. Oh yeah.
On your steak, you like the A1 on the steak?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
A1 and also I got some accent. ACCENT.
Accent. Okay, yeah, I heard accent. Yeah, it's an old school joint. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Throw that on there, and the bottom line, man, is it's just heating that up nice and slow. Don't you put it on 400, it's gonna be like
no, it'll be shoe leather. You don't want no 400.
Right. No, but some people when they cook a steak, and you got to go in there, man. You can't buy the steak that's fatty. I mean, I went in there to the grocery store, and there was people were just picking up steaks, and I'm like, well, that's too fatty.
Yeah, you got to inspect that joint, man. You got to make sure you got to go to the meat counter and say, yeah, give me that one. Give me that one.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah. And you just got to be careful, even when you buy your food out here, because you don't know what you're getting out here. You don't know how many hands been in the plate.
True.
That's why talking about safety and your friends, watch out when you go to the restaurant too. You don't know where your food's been. This is why you got to know how to cook it, man.
And Miss Tommy Jean got her a man making her a T-bone tomorrow.
T-bone. T-bone. What you want, man? Throw that T-bone in there.
You know what? I'm listening to this conversation, and man, you know what I noticed is we've gotten away from
what's that?
Home cooked meals, man.
Oh man, hey man, me and Nate cook.
Yes,
all that going out to eat. No, that's for.
I go out every now and again. I ain't gonna front. I like going out sometimes to a nice restaurant.
I haven't.
Nothing beats home cooking though.
Look, bro, I like some home cooking. Okay.
Understood.
Yeah, like even when I do my mashed potatoes, man, if you do them suckers, man, I throw a little bit of butter in. You know what I'm talking about. And also throw a little cream or half and half and mix them up real good, man. That's
those potatoes.
Yes. Yeah.
They're not only that's more like that's a thickener. That's what I call it. It thickens it.
Yeah, you don't want watery mashed potatoes, bro.
No, sir.
What do you put on your tater? You make a pillow pan sauce? You just
man, I give it some
just butter.
Hey, how you do your gravy, man? You do your gravy from scratch with the flour?
Oh, no doubt.
No doubt. Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I call it a pan sauce. Little pan sauce.
Now the other day I had some biscuits and I made some sausage biscuit gravy, and that stuff was on the money.
You made it with the milk and the flour?
Well, I didn't actually put that in there because I don't like using the flour for that. So what I did, I actually had the seasoning packet, but I made it with the milk.
Okay.
I put a little bit of onion in there, put a little bit of butter in there, salt, pepper, onion powder, and buy Jimmy Dean sausage. It has the less grease. It's got some grease in it, but it's got the less. You want a little bit in there because you want that flavor. And you
add its flavor now.
Yeah. And when you put it down there, you don't want watery sausage gravy. And the way I make it,
gotta be thick. Yeah, very thick.
And the way I make it, you get that pepper sausage in every bite.
And how you make your biscuits? You buy them out of can, or what do you do with your biscuits?
Well, for sales, I buy them out of a can. I used to use Bisquick to make biscuits, man.
Gotcha.
Yeah, nothing like a good old Bisquick biscuit, man. Scratch.
Well, when you make chicken and dumplings, man, you just take a scoop.
Yes, sir.
In there. Make that. Now, I
love a good chicken and dumpling, boy.
I think Tommy Jean had someone she was talking to tonight. They're having some hog maws or something. I'm like, hog maws.
Shit, damn.
I can't do that. I can't do no hog maws.
My mom does the chitlins now.
Ooh, Lord. Yeah, I got past
that. I had my uncle put me up on some shit that's so nasty, man. He was like, nephew, you ain't a man to eat some hog head cheese. I said, what?
What? No, I ain't never had no hog head. What's
serious shit, though?
That shit's like it's rougher than scrapple, man.
Oh, man. See, now on the East Coast, I'm glad you scrapple. I'm out here in the Midwest. Most of them. Now in Cincinnati, it comes in a roll. It's called Cueto. Comes in a roll, but it's not that. Who's this? Angry Snowman's up there. Okay, but eat some hogs. Hey, what is hog's head cheese? Is it like
it's pieces of a hog's head in like a gelatin? That's what it is.
Shout out to Angry Snowman in the building.
What's up, brother Leon?
Hey.
Big body, Nate.
Yo, what's happening?
What's good with you guys, man?
Yeah,
we talking about how slaves lived off every piece of the hog for millions of years until slavery was released.
Millions.
Hey, dude, I'm gonna tell you what. When I drove a taxi cab, I hated picking Pete Brothers up this time of the year because I'd always pick up one or two of them that was carrying around a pot of chitlins, man. Oh God, them things stink so bad.
But
hog's head.
I can do my bacon. I can do some sausage. But man, all that other shit, I can even do a pork chop, a loin. But fuck all that, man. That other shit,
That's what we do for Thanksgiving. Actually, is I make fried pork chops for dinner instead of doing turkey and stuff.
So you know what? That's funny that you all say that. Going to the store, and nobody buying turkey this year. I mean,
$70. That's
how much?
Turkeys, I've seen turkeys $60-$70.
Yeah, man, they're fucking expensive, bro.
No, if you come on over to New Jersey, they're fucking free. You catch them running around wild out here.
Well, you can find them in the right places around Indiana, running around wild too.
Some Newark, New Jersey wild turkey. I'm good.
Yeah, you might end up with a mysterious cancer 5 years from now.
Well, wild turkey is going to be more lean meat anyhow.
I mean, I didn't, but I'm seeing that though. I'm like, well, wait a minute, because when I went in there today, I mean, people were buying chicken, steak.
Yeah, it's too expensive. Everything's so fucking expensive. You can't. These turkeys are $70, $80 though.
Well, I know a lot.
Now I'm curious. Now I got
to check gas, man.
Well, I know a lot of people have actually switched to doing like a turkey or a steak and a pork dinner on Thanksgiving rather than the turkey dinner, because think about it, you eat turkey and ham on Thanksgiving, then you turn around and eat it 3 weeks later for Christmas, and you end up so you're basically eating it for 2.5 months because you got all the shit left over in the fridge too, man. And by the first of the year, you're sick of it.
Yeah, that is true, because man, I haven't had turkey in ages, because you do get tired. I mean, what do you do with the leftovers after you have
soup?
Freeze it,
freeze it, sandwich.
Yeah, freeze it like he said, and put it in soup.
You throw it in the street, let the fucking possums and raccoons eat it, man.
And actually, most people, they don't even make turkey right anyhow. It ends up so dry that you're sitting there, fighting to breathe and swallow while you're trying to eat it and shit. And
yeah.
But really, if you're going to make turkey, you should either smoke it or deep fry it.
Tommy Jean said turkey hash. I ain't never had any turkey hash.
I ain't never had that either.
It's like making
is it like corned beef hash?
Yeah, it's like corned beef hash. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but I just that's assuming you broke. Clue is just that's assuming your broke relatives don't take a bunch of food home.
Clue ain't shit.
Yeah, clue, man.
Well, everybody's got that one family member that's sitting there, going back for 5 or 6 plates, and they're actually taking it out and putting it in their car.
Oh yeah, that's that nigga shit right there.
That's right.
Hey, dude, that's not just ninja shit. That's white people shit too.
Nah, bro. I hear what you're saying.
That's why my mom isn't cooking, because that happened. People doing it. Well,
I had a bitch at a party one time get caught. She got caught out there for fucking trying to steal the liquor, and it was a fucking free. It was an open bar. She was trying to take the fucking liquor.
How you steal liquor from an open bar?
Well, hood niggas, man.
Jeez.
They make the craziest shit happen. The shit you wouldn't expect to happen, man.
Get them dressed and still can't take them out for dinner.
We'll see that again. Well, Brother Angry Snowman missed it before we started talking about food with all the shootings going on and Brother Nate and Brother Matt, they were here. You got a lot of people out here that you cannot associate with, and I said friends and family number one, but you got a lot of individuals who are jealous, and these are people and that's why I say you should keep your circle small.
Vanity is a big problem in today's world.
Yeah.
You know what I wonder, Leon?
Yeah.
I was watching a movie the other night about Baltimore, man. Your hometown.
Oh no.
Yo, what the fuck is it out there? But they just
Baltimore?
They call
it's nice, but it's fucked up.
It's called it Baltimore, man. Baltimore is fucked up.
Baltimore Murderland is what they call it.
It's nice, but it's fucked up. Like at the same time, it's almost like Atlantic City.
Nice.
It's nice, but it's fucked up.
Where is it? Not, unless you go downtown, man, or maybe the Highland town on the east side. But if you're going to the south side, like Cherry Hill, that ain't nice there, right?
Oh, Cherry Hill's fucked up.
Westport, no. Then you go to Northwest Baltimore. No, that's not nice. Maybe University Park in North Baltimore. That's because Johns Hopkins is up there, right up there off of Charles Street to Jones Falls. But other than that, I don't see anything nice about Baltimore, man.
The city that reads,
Dude, the streets aren't even nice. They all lead you to the same place, downtown, where it's shit.
I mean, look, we're having a problem here with Indy. Okay, I mean, I'm looking at everything that goes on in Indy, and then,
dude, and Indy used to be a great city, man.
Ooh, man, all the shooting. I just read something, man. They had 6 people shot in Indy.
Well, what was remember? If you remember, what was it last year? Indy actually took ended up taking the lead over Chicago for more murders.
All right,
that's a real. Well, at one time where Matt lives in Canham went ahead of Gary. Canham was the murder capital. Then Reading, Pennsylvania, and then Gary.
Dude, you go down there now in like the Beach Grove area and shit of Indy. Where else?
Where that shooting took place in that mall down there.
Yeah, dude, it's horrible down there. The Lawrence area, which used to be a nice area of India, it's shit now. You know, anywhere from like what is it? From like 46th Street on down, you know, all the way down south, anywhere from Pendleton Pike, you know, all the way over, man. There isn't a decent side of Indy anymore, man. It's all ghetto.
I was down there about 6-7 years ago for a truck driving training class down there off of Public Road, I think it's called, in Indianapolis.
Yeah,
they let us go off the premises for lunch, and I had my own personal vehicle and shit, and I had drove through the hood.
Were we down there on 16th Street down there?
The question is which hood did you drive through?
Look, check. I'm gonna be real with you, man. I was on the fucking Backpage.com trying to get me a piece of ass.
Oh man!
And this bitch had me meet her at this fucking motel. And I drove through the hood and shit, man. And I'm like,
God bless you, bro.
The first time I moved to Indy, I went over there, and I was staying with a friend, and then I went to get an apartment, and I made the mistake of going over to 46th and Pendleton Pike.
What the hell you doing over there, man?
Well, I was living off of 46th and Keystone.
Oh my God, that's
dude. That's the hood.
No, 38th is the hood too.
You know, that's what I'm saying. From 46th on down, man. But I went over. They just had redone these new apartments, and they made it sound like they were nice townhouses, man. What I didn't realize was over on 46th and Pendleton Pike, or 46th and Arlington is where it was. 46th and Arlington, dude. What it was the old fucking Met housing apartments that they had actually refurbished and turned into fucking dude. They just refurbished them and turned them into townhouses and started renting them a little bit more expensive, dude. When I first moved in there, they were empty. By the time summer got there, I was the only white dude there.
Well, like I said, when you're in the Midwest, and maybe when Nate's out in there, Charlotte, when we talk streets here, we always talk numbered streets. You notice all the streets are numbered here. I mean,
in the South, it's names, not number.
Oh,
well, see, around here, what is it, Leon? Around here, the numbers go east and west, and the names go north and south.
No, the numbers go north and south.
Is that how it is?
Now in Chicago, it's funny because the numbers go north and south, but the lowest number is north, and it gets bigger as they go south. But here, the number starts south, and then upper, because like I went to that Walmart there on 86th in Michigan, and that is hood.
Yeah, it's down there by Beach Grove, man.
No, this is. Oh
no, 86th in Michigan. That's up by Fishers, ain't it?
That's a little bit west of Fishers. If you get off 460, but man, it is that Walmart is bad there. God darn.
Oh yeah, that's over there by Girls School Road and shit, I think, or Boys School Road or whatever it is.
It's if you get off 465 onto Michigan, which is 420. If you go to 421 north, that's Michigan Road. You go to Zionville.
Okay, I know where you're at now.
Oh man, that's bad there. I'm like, this is Indy. I mean, and Indy used to be mainly white, but
well, especially from if you went from 52nd Street north, from 52nd Street north, because that's when you started getting into Butler College sits off of 46th Street. It does, but it's down. But Butler College is actually in the historic district of 46th Street, because you know how 46th will run you all the way down to Meridian, and once you hit Meridian, now you're in the historic district.
Look at Clue out here. Clue out here says the shooting up Walmart. They are shooting up Walmarts. I just did it on there. Yeah.
But yeah, actually,
in Baltimore.
Up there off of 46th and Keystone in Indy, it's actually a really interesting place because it's where the hood meets college town.
Yeah, that's a real, just like but
because that's right around the area where Broad Ripple and shit is.
like see where Nate is near Charlotte. And I had never, and I had to ask Nate, I ain't never been to Charlotte. So he's going to tell me how Charlotte. I ain't never been. I've been to North Carolina, but I've never been to Charlotte.
Oh, it's a beautiful metropolitan city. I mean, it's being run by a black female Democrat, so it's.
My wife went there a couple of years ago because she's got a cousin that lives there.
Hey, Nate, now let me ask you something. Is it, and please don't tell me, because you know what? I'll be honest with you. I know it wasn't your idea, man. I hope it's not like Atlanta. I'm not. What is so great about Atlanta? Hold on, I'm getting these bots in there. These crazy. I am not. What is great about Atlanta, man? I mean,
it's hot.
For a while, during the early 2000s, I mean, if you were black, you were moving to the South, you were moving to Atlanta. It was like 1,200 people a day were moving to Atlanta for like over 10 years.
Why?
It was insane. I swear people
look at Clue will tell you he's down there. Atlanta is trash.
Well, just the weather down there alone in the summertime, man, it's so humid, man. It's like having a wet wool blanket over you all day long.
Shout out to Brother Mel in the house. But yeah, I don't know. We were down there in that mall. I forgot the name of that mall down there, Nate. What is it?
Lennox?
God, do you know we drove by it? Do you know they had cops?
Lennox? Was it Lennox Mall?
It was Lennox Mall right there where we were in what? No problem, Brother Mel. Where were we at again? That hotel, that part. What is the name of that area? I keep forgetting it because it slips my mind. In Atlanta, we were at that hotel. What is the name of that area?
Buckhead.
Buckhead, yeah, man. When that mall there, man, they had cops at that mall, and you know what? They were checking people's bags going in and out. I'm like, hell no, no.
Dude, that sounds like over in Anderson at a Walmart. They got cops at the doors checking your bags going in and out.
Let freedom ring,
Well, they are. Well, we're gonna see a lot of Buckhead. Yeah. Well, they're gonna keep having more. They're gonna keep having more cops out there, and that's why I said be careful who you hang around with. Hang around with like-minded people because everybody is not your friends.
Or just stay home.
Yeah, Lenox Square Mall. Lenox has metal detectors, so you know what that means. They might as well just put bars over everything there, man.
When your mall's got metal detectors, just stay home. Just stay home.
What do you know?
But then black people want to be angry because white people don't want to live around them.
But it's funny, Nate. When we were down there in Atlanta, and it was they had Christmas decorations up. We were driving through Atlanta, and I think it was CBS 46 down there. Went back to the hotel room. They had while we were driving through, and I heard there was a shooting down at the club there. I'm like,
of course, it's Atlanta. What do you expect?
I'm like, and see, the second time I'd been to, but I don't know. I just wasn't real. I wasn't real crazy about Atlanta.
You weren't impressed with Atlanta, gotcha.
No, I mean, hell, I went to Bojangles down in Riverdale. They didn't get my order right.
Oh, well, I mean, that's anytime you go to a black. If most of the employees are black at the chicken place, you can forget.
They were black.
You can forget a correct order. You can forget.
Yeah, I might have to. You know what?
You ain't never been to Chick-fil-A, have you?
Yeah, we got a Chick-fil-A right up the street.
I was going to say, because there can be a bunch of black folks working in a Chick-fil-A, and they're the happiest people you've ever been.
Not the one I go to.
When I say chicken, I mean like chicken legs and thighs. That's
right, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but that generally tends to be, one of them things that is all across the board for any kind of fast food restaurant you go to.
Oh, no, Chick-fil-A is beautiful.
Chick-fil-A,
well-run place. Yeah, Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I go to
But
Chick-fil-A.
they're bigots, they're racists, and they're homophobes. So
you know what? Hey, more power to them. They still got good chicken nuggets. I'll go there in the heart. Hey, look, I never have to wait, but man, when I went over there I went to Church's. And
God, that's some nasty chicken.
Well, in Indianapolis, yeah,
greasy as hell, dude.
They were black folk there, and we had to wait quite a long time. I don't know. It just something when it comes to customer service. Some of I'm not included. I know Nate ain't included in that. They just don't have customer service.
Bro, when I went to the Popeyes in the first time when we first moved to to Anderson over there, I was at the Popeyes in Anderson for the first time, and same thing, you know. I guarantee you, we probably sat there and waited for 45 minutes for a probably 16-piece bucket of chicken. But they were cool about it, man. They turned that 16-piece bucket of chicken into like a 24-piece bucket of chicken, threw a bunch of extra sides and shit in, so, you know, a bunch of other stuff for free just because we waited so long.
Yeah, but Nate, you got to tell me how Charlotte is. I ain't never been there at all. I mean,
you can. I mean, it's usually voted one of the best places to live, like top 10 places to live. It's a great city. There's a lot to do there. You know, you got big city.
A lot of history there.
Big city entertainment without it being a big city. You know,
Clue says he's moving out of Atlanta next year. I'm like,
I don't blame him.
Charlotte's got a lot of history, don't it? A lot of history in that city.
Yeah. It's an old town, but it's the banking center of the South, and there's a lot of nice things there. I just got to get rid of this black Democrat female mayor.
I keep it up. I keep it. When you told me about her, I'm like, man, Charlotte is that big because their crime is going up in Charlotte too. I'm like,
these women destroy these cities.
Yeah,
now, the only one of the main women I'm impressed with. Did you see the speech the governor of South Dakota gave on her win?
Oh, Christy.
She was awesome.
Yeah, she got
awesome. She wasn't playing none of that stupid COVID shit. She let people be free. She gave them the options for mandates. She didn't let employers fuck over their employees.
No. She's
a superstar, man.
You know what? If there's a ticket, DeSantis known. I like that ticket. Maybe not now, maybe in 2028.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, look, I got to look at how, I mean, let's be honest. When you're a governor, you're the chief executive officer of that state, right?
Mm-hmm.
So while everybody else was going through the COVID BS, those two, they weren't going for it.
Nope. They weren't. You couldn't pressure them. You couldn't intimidate them. They said, fuck you. And I love it.
Now, there's one that you got to, she used to be governor of your state, Nate. What was her name? You got
there's never been a female governor of North Carolina or South Carolina.
I thought there was.
Female governor of North or South Carolina?
I thought she said she was Indian, but what is her name? The former female governor of South Carolina. I forgot her name.
Oh yeah. She was in the Bush administration, I think. I know the Indian chick. I know you're talking about. I know you're talking about
Haley.
Yeah. Nikki Haley. Yeah, Nikki Haley. My bad.
I don't know, man. No, y'all can't have my future. Clue is moving to South Dakota. So, hey, South Dakota's, from what I heard it's pretty good out there. And you might laugh at me when I say this. Wyoming, and I heard Montana, those states, they're pretty good out there. But they're all red states too, by the way. Idaho, yeah, they're all good red states. But
yeah, you don't want to move to Idaho or Iowa.
No, I didn't say. What's wrong with Idaho, man?
Just creepy shit happens out in those states.
Well, I know that 4 college kids got killed out there in Idaho. God, the same time we heard this woman in Mexico get killed.
I think a lot of Idaho and Iowa still like wilderness and stuff out there.
We got a new brother Sterling.
Hey, thanks for having me.
All right, got brother Nate, brother Angry Snowman. How you doing?
Oh, everything's good. I'm right here in South Carolina. I heard y'all mention.
Brother Nate's in South Carolina.
I just hit the link.
What part of South Carolina are you from?
Oh man, I'm from the low country. I'm out here by the beach. I got a beach less than a mile away from me.
Charleston?
Somewhat close to that, sure.
Okay.
What are we talking about tonight, fellas?
Well, we're talking about friendship. We're having an open panel right now, but we were talking about because of the violence that's been going on. I know you all, Columbia, South Carolina is your capital, and we're talking about the amount of violence that's been taking place. And there was a shooting in Walmart in Virginia. And I'm just, since you all from South Carolina, how is everything going down there? Because here in Indiana, it's getting bad.
I mean, it's easy, maybe anywhere, I don't know, but it's easy here to get caught in your bubble to where you go straight from work to home. And maybe that is for your own safety, and maybe that's best. But for me personally, I'm doing pretty well. There's a lot of people out here struggling.
Okay.
No, I'll be honest with you. People are armed to the teeth in South Carolina.
Myself included. Yeah.
You very rarely hear about some. What you hear mostly in South Carolina is, assailant was shot trying to break in somebody's house. Assailant was shot trying to break in somebody's car, and they either end up dead or injured, and that's that. That's how it's supposed to be.
I had 2 guns pulled on me in the last 6 months. Everybody's strapped down here, and you can't even honk the horn at certain people because you don't even know like what people are going through and whether they're going to flip out.
Damn. I've never had a gun pulled on me. I'm very, I'm very aware of, I don't beat my horn. I'm in a company car, so I can't do anything outrageous.
Well, that's why.
Yeah, I've never had a gun pulled on me in South Carolina, though.
But in that case, when I honked the horn at him, he followed me, and then I just pulled over, and he flashed it to me like in his belt or whatever.
Oh wow!
I don't know what you call that, but yeah,
you gotta calm down, man. Shit, it's
not
that serious.
Me and him both. I can't be honking at people.
Yeah, salute to Uncle Stu, the old man on the block. Yeah, but South Carolina. Now here in Indiana, it's in Angry Snowman live up here. It's not bad up here. It's not
It's not bad up in the north Indiana, like up around the Fort Wayne area. But I know when I was down mid southern Indiana, the crime was a whole lot higher than it is around here.
Because it's Indianapolis. Once you get out of Indianapolis and go to Evansville, now Jeffersonville's because of Louisville. That's the problem too. You remember 48 Hours that was recorded in Louisville. That's a bad city too, Louisville.
Yeah, I've heard about Louisville.
Now, see, one thing I will say, I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but I've noticed that there seems to be a really big psychological shift in people since this last 2 years, especially as people are getting out into the public and stuff. It's like they aren't running with the same mentality that they used to have. Everybody's all edgy and on edge, and like they have so they're suffering from social anxiety and shit like that, and just ready to pop off at everybody.
Yeah, that's why I said, well, I know I'm not Christmas shopping. I know Nate's not Christmas shopping.
I'm not either.
Well, I still watch out because after that shooting in Virginia, I mean, this was a manager, okay, a manager shot 6 or more, killed 6 of his employees and injured some, and that included himself on 3rd shift. That happened in Chesapeake, Virginia, and I used to live in Virginia, and
people are losing their minds, dude. They're going crazy.
Yeah, well, people are going crazy, and I just.
Well, it's like, have you seen this whole deal with the animals and insects and stuff that are walking in circles all over the world?
Huh?
Yeah, man. There's if you get on like TikTok and Twitter and stuff, there's all these video clips that people have been posting of like herds of sheep, herds of cows. Like even ants and stuff that like they're literally sitting in and walking around in circles. Like there's the thing with the sheep and the cows. They've been doing it for 11 days straight now, and they don't stop until they fall over and die.
Yeah, that's why I tell people up here, if you got don't call everybody your friend. And on Facebook, watch out. Everybody is not your friend. Keep your friends, keep your circles small. I have a poll question out there. Should you keep your circles small? I've already gotten 24 votes. 96%. Yeah, keep even your family. Because around this time, you got a number of goofy family members that you never see. They don't appreciate you. They want you to go shopping for them. I'm not doing that either. I mean, no turkey, no nothing.
Oh man. Hey, what's up, everybody? What's happening, man? I just had to chew a bitch up real quick, man. So
I got
I forgot to make an open stream.
Hey, who's this? Truth Finder up? Who?
Hello?
Yes.
Hey man, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, man. I'm liking your content, man. I'm a new subscriber. How you doing, man?
Hey, thanks, man. Hey, we're doing all right. Brother Nate's up here. Yeah. And yeah.
Yeah, I'm literally new. Yeah, I'm just, yeah. Just want to say thank you for the content. I appreciate the work you're doing. So yeah, man.
Hey man, you a Democrat or Republican?
I'm British. I'm not American.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, hey, okay, all right. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ask him if he's part of the House of Lords, the House of Commons. Then you can ask him that.
How do you feel about what's going on in today's world, man? With everything going on, man, just the way the direction is going.
Oh yeah, it's a bit fucked how the world is going. That we have Russia and Ukraine killing each other. Yeah, a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got Uncle Stu. He's in Virginia. I used to live in Virginia. He's aware of what's going on, particularly that Walmart. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, what I was gonna say something else. Yeah. I know who you are, bro. I made a news report about you, and I'm criticizing you live right now, and we're exposing you for the criminal activities you did.
Criminal activity.
Yeah, you stole a car, bro. You stole a car from the car show. You came in with a gun, like it was a bank. You came into the car show with a bank.
No, buddy, that was me. That was me. The black guy on the motorcycle with the jean jacket on. That was me, buddy. I do criminal activity. I'm the criminal of the channel, man. I'm the criminal.
You pulled out the gun, you cocked it back and said, "Give me that."
I thought I was the criminal of the panel.
You wanted to steal the Range Rover. You took the brand new Range Rover and drove off. At the same time,
it wasn't a Range Rover.
You shot every single person in that room, and you done 50 years in prison. You're 82 now.
You're 82 years old. Wow.
It wasn't a Land Rover, man. It was a Volkswagen.
Killed a bunch of people over a Volkswagen. God.
Hey, Leon, if you want, I got a video of that stuff. The animals walking in circles I was telling you about. If you want to show it.
Yeah, I don't even. Yeah.
Oh man, what you got? I was on the phone with him, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know who that dude
Interesting
was.
fellow.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You got to share. You got to share it.
All right. All right.
There you go. I ain't gonna play the sound, but this is what I was talking about. This is crap's been going on. Just walking endlessly in circles all over the world.
What the fuck? What's going on? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, man, it's going on. It's happening all over the place. It's crazy.
Damn.
You know, telling man.
What the fuck?
Look, they got all kinds of videos of it.
What the hell?
It says they've been walking for 12 days straight in circles. Ants. See, a lot of people are wondering if they didn't ramp up the 5G and if that ain't what's causing it.
Gotta love it.
Oh man, I don't know, man. This is more stranger every day, man. What the hell, fish?
Yeah, turkeys. It's crazy, man. Look at that.
What's that? Damn.
I mean, it's just weird, dude.
Look at the dog walking around in a circle. Oh, man, what the hell? Any Negroes walking in a circle.
Just saying, man, I just thought I'd share it with you because it's weird stuff that's going on, you know?
Yikes.
Something, and a lot of people don't know about it, man. It's worth looking into, seeing what the deal is.
I didn't know about it. I've never seen that before. That's pretty interesting. Thank you. And I wanted to just throw something out there. I heard someone ask about whether someone was a Democrat or Republican, and I appreciate being here, and I don't want smoke. I want peace. But I also want to let you know a little bit about myself. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican.
That's a good thing.
That's good. We don't endorse the Republican Party over here. That's Nate. We have the conservative mindset.
I'm a conservative. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't consider myself a conservative or a liberal or a Democrat or a Republican. I just wanted to put that out there.
I consider myself an American.
Very well. Cheers.
I consider myself, I'm for whatever is going to benefit the best for us. And Democratic is not the way from the looks of things.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no. And anybody who thinks so is out of their mind. They need to,
I mean, if you want to put your son in a dress, sure. You're a Democrat.
I mean,
Dude, I got booted off of a lefty's TikTok live stream today, man. Someone pushing communism. He got mad because I was like, can you give me one example of anywhere in the world that communism has actually worked and people didn't end up in a totalitarian state? Well, and he tried saying, well, that isn't real communism. I said, yeah, that's what you always say. That is the answer of all you commies that think communism is going to work. You always say that that's not real communism, but they're they're literally using the plans drawn out by Karl Marx and his Marxist agenda. They're going by that handbook so how is it not communism? So the only thing communism leads to is gulags and bread lines.
As if communism could ever produce his $1,000 supercomputer cell phone.
Well, see, the thing is that they advocate for like these worker co-ops and shit like that, and where the workers all have an equal stake in the pie of a company, but there comes a point where somebody has to make a final decision on things. And
your own fucking company.
And if it's I'm just saying, if it's a workers co-op, who makes the final decision? Who's the one that has the final say on decisions that need to be made that are detrimental to the company? Because you can't sit and all be equal, have an equal stake and do it that way. It just don't work.
Co-ops are ridiculous. Why in the world? First of all, who stays in their job their entire life? Nobody. Again, power and decision making is a centralized thing. Only one or two people can be making the final decision, like you said. It's stupid. It's all feel good, stupid liberalism that doesn't lead anywhere. Leads to the failure of things. You need decisive men that can execute at the top. Not putting everything to a vote of hundreds and hundreds of people, most of which don't even give a fuck about the company they work in. So it's whatever.
Well, then a lot of them, they claim to be anarcho. Sorry. Go ahead, Leon.
Yes. Salute the brother Teapot. He's in the building.
What's up, brother X? But yeah, the thing is, a lot of them, they even claim to be like today's movement is those anarcho-communists. I mean, how are you an anarchist and a communist both? It don't work that way. I mean, don't those two things kind of cancel each other out?
Yeah. But that's the thing out here, man. Under communism, there's always a lot of poor people. Look at Russia.
Look at China, dude.
Look at China. Who else is it North Korea? Are they communists? Cuba?
North Korea, you got dude. And in our day and age, a prime example of failed communism in real time is Venezuela.
Yeah,
I mean, you look, and we have Venezuelans that have actually migrated up here, and I've talked to a few Venezuelan migrants, and they've said that if we don't get our shit under control, that America is actually going down the communist road that Venezuela went through. They literally see America doing the same thing that happened in the country they fled from.
Well, that's why we got to get the leftists out of power.
Venezuelans ate their zoo animals. They ate their zoo animals. There was a accident with some cattle. There was a cattle vehicle transporting cattle. The truck tipped over or something. People came out and cut up the cows.
Jesus
cut them
Christ.
all up. But they literally ate all the zoo animals.
Well, think about this. Before all that happened, before the dictator that's running the country now took over and led it into failure, Venezuela was the most
oil.
They were the most profitable country in South America.
Well, Hugo Chavez used to run that. Yeah, Hugo Chavez used to run Venezuela. You know, I heard he owned Citgo gas stations.
Well, I think the country does. I think they own Citgo, and I think now it's Maduro is in power. And if I'm not mistaken, if I could softly push back as the new guy here, and again, thank you. I think that Venezuela is a socialist country. If we want to make that distinction between socialism and capitalism, and then I do also, if I was playing devil's advocate, if I may, I would say that it may not be, and you might have named some other good countries that are examples, but I'm not sure Venezuela is one of them, simply because that we put embargoes on Venezuela and we sanction Venezuela so that no other business or bank can do business with them, and we take their money from the bank, and because they don't want to sell us the crude oil for the right price.
Well, I hate American interventionism. I absolutely hate it. Rhinos and neoconservatives are often imperialistic. They send our military. They send the CIA into countries to disrupt and destabilize things. So yeah, I'm no fan of that, which is part of the reason why I'm not a Republican.
Yeah, and the libs want war too, right? This whole country runs off.
Oh yeah. Liberals are cool with war as long as it's a Democrat waging it. That's
okay. I'll give you that. Have you ever seen that video? Though one of the most interesting things I saw was Maduro was up on the stage, right? He had his whole military out right in front of him on the stage, and he was giving like a presentation or a speech or something, and the drones came down. And like during his speech, and you could see everybody was like looking at him, and then they exploded.
Whose drones were they?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know? I don't know.
I mean, do I know?
I'm just asking. I'm curious.
Does he know? Probably not. Can he speculate?
Yeah, I think we all could.
I mean, if you don't want to say it out of fear or something, I mean, I understand. I'm just really asking. I don't know.
I want to respect the channel, and but yeah, I mean, some people said that was an assassination attempt.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
there's
that's a pretty standard issue,
Yeah.
CIA is its own government. They do whatever they want to. They're deep state. They work against the best interests of America.
No, they spread freedom and democracy.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they sure do, hand in hand with the FBI.
They literally tried to destroy Trump's presidency. I mean, they're rogue. They need to be, along with the IRS, also need to be disbanded, completely tore down.
Well,
but
we'll
now,
see.
We got 87,000 more IRS agents, thanks to.
Well, that's what I was going to say. We'll see if the Republicans taking over the House, if they're actually going to do what they said. And they said that their first act of business after the first of the year was to do away with those 87,000 IRS agents.
So magnificent! Oh my God, they're going to make the American people's lives miserable. That's
well, let's be honest. For them to sit and try and even suggest that those 87,000 IRS agents were for the 1% in the country is so disingenuous that it's ridiculous to even say such a thing.
You're going to be getting letters from the IRS that you owe the IRS $2,000 from a 1994 tax return that wasn't correct.
No, it ain't even that, Nate. What it is they're literally coming after people for the pandemic money. they've already started. It's the PPP loans that they're going after. And
I don't mind somebody getting hemmed up if they did some foul shit. That doesn't bother me. I mean,
yeah.
But there's a lot of people that didn't do foul shit, and you're seeing like there's a lot of people in a lot of states that was getting extended unemployment, and now you got the federal government and states that are asking people to pay back that unemployment.
Wow. That's what you get for voting Biden. I mean, look, these fucking people deserve to suffer. If you voted for Biden, you deserve to suffer.
Yep.
Period.
Hey, did you hear the latest about what was it? The Pope, what's his name? I forget this.
Pope
I forget
Paul?
this. Do what?
No, not
This
Pope
bro
Paul.
L Gibbet freak and weirdo.
Yeah, I can't remember his name for the life of me. It's like right on the tip of my tongue.
Francis,
Pope
right?
Francis?
Is it Pope Francis? I thought it was a different one.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
But anyhow, the Pope, what was it? Last week for a week straight, he met up with the leaders of the 5 major religions of the world.
Pope Francis.
And they went to the Middle East and actually went and did ceremonies at Mount Sinai and wrote a new 10 Commandments.
Excuse me?
Yes, I'm not lying.
They wrote who was in this group of religious leaders?
The leaders of the Catholic faith, the Muslim faith, Jewish faith, and
I imagine there's a whole bunch of L Gibbet shit in there. I would imagine
it's supposedly supposed to be the new green 10 Commandments or some shit like that.
Green, green, like energy.
Yeah, like planet related.
Climate change.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude, and like I said, the Pope is the one that's the Pope is back in it. Dude, this shit's it's weird. It's really weird.
Sounds like the Green New Deal, if you ask me.
Are you an environmentalist, Sterling?
Not by trade. I mean, I don't know much about it. I mean,
oh, okay, all right.
I mean, I'm pro-environment. I mean, whatever that means. Like, I don't want to destroy the environment.
No, I none of us. I mean, we got to live here, but the measures that the left is saying, paying $100 trillion in carbon taxes to a bunch of European elites is somehow going to fix the carbon problem.
Oh, I'm not an expert in this, so I'm not sure.
No.
And again, I'm not on the left, but I appreciate.
No, I was just asking.
Sure. That's fair.
But I don't know $100 trillion in carbon taxes, which is what they said at Davos is going to be necessary to combat the climate change.
Let me ask you something, Sterling. Do you believe in redistribution of wealth?
I want to answer this question. I do not want to dodge any question. I want to answer it simply.
I'm straight up. I mean, do you believe in redistribute? Because I don't.
I don't either.
Yeah. Yes and no. It depends how you define it. So, like,
redistribution of wealth is taking money from the top earners and redistributing it to the poor people who aren't working.
And eventually, it gets down to the middle class. They want to take everything.
That's what, because
they want to take everything.
The trickle down theory?
No, it's not the trickle down. Economics doesn't trickle down. We already know it.
Oh yeah. Okay, good. We agree on that too. We agree on a lot too, by the way.
We just check it. Yeah, we did.
But hold on. So, but if I defined the redistribution of wealth as the top 1% paying their fair share, and that money was collected by the federal government, and it was put into programs such as Medicare for all, free health care, free child care for anyone who works a full-time job, then yes, I would be for that.
Socialism.
Man, none of that shit is fucking free, man. Come on now.
There's nothing free, Sterling.
None of that shit is free. Somebody got to pay for that shit.
That's exactly right, Sterling. There's no such thing as free, bro.
Hey guys, please respect the fact that I jumped into the lion's den.
No. Nobody's beating up on you.
We're not beating up on you. We're just trying to elevate your climate of consciousness. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Well, let's just assume that we're all on the same level of consciousness, so that we're not condescending to each other. But I would say that No, of course, maybe I chose my words incorrectly. It's not free. But however, there have been studies about Medicare for all. There have been studies even that were sponsored by the Koch brothers, KOCH, and they are Republicans who want crude oil from Venezuela, by the way. That's a whole nother subject.
Yeah, they're still criminals too.
And people say that might be related to the drone. So look into that. But anyway, the Koch brothers sponsored the study, and they wanted it to prove that Medicare for all would cost us more than the current system. That's what they wanted it to prove. But it turns out that it saves us trillions of dollars over the course of the next 15 years. And it makes sense to me that if we take profit out of healthcare, if these greedy insurance companies and big pharma are out here screwing us, and they don't have our best interest at hand. So of course I understand that it's not free, but at the same time, there could be a system that saves us money over the course of the next 2 decades.
Well, what system are they using overseas? Because last time I checked, if you slip and fall or go to the hospital or the doctors, they patch you up and send you on. No bill necessary.
They use socialism overseas, especially in Europe.
Well, and also, Sterling, did you know that 40% of Medicare is fraud? 40% of Medicare is fraudulent.
Okay.
It's really bad, man. Anytime we involve the government, and I want to give you this, Sterling. My supervisor comes and he does what's called a ride review. I'm an auto damage appraiser, and he went to Clemson, right? As he has season tickets. He and his wife love Clemson University. You South Carolina guys.
I went to Clemson.
Are you serious? Oh wow, yeah.
You playing South Carolina?
Hey, I'm sorry, I'm listening, but my dog's crying. I'm gonna let him out, but I'm listening. Go ahead.
Sure, no problem. Yeah, my supervisor, big Clemson fan. My supervisor told me he's in his 60s. He said when he went to Clemson, he was able to pay for Clemson with a full-time job. He was able to pay for Clemson. Now, this is before Sally Mae and Freddie Mac. This is before the government intervention. Let me tell you what happened to college when government got involved in the loan system. Government comes in, they guarantee trillions of dollars in loans. So the colleges now can make college exorbitantly expensive. No one would be able to, the idea of making education affordable is gone now because you have hundreds of thousands of dollars of loans you can get to go to college thanks to the federal government. Before the federal government got involved, you could pay for college yourself and go and get your degree and graduate with very little debt. That's not possible anymore because the federal government is now guaranteeing loans, and all these colleges have made their prices absolutely astronomical. So you have to sign up for these loans.
Well, you got that as an example, Nate, and then another really good prime example of how, allowing government to actually come up with a solution to try and help people. Look at Social Security. Social Security, when it was actually set up, if they would have did what they were supposed to do with that money,
set it up, I believe.
Yeah, he did. And if they would have actually, if the government would have actually did what that money was intended for, Social Security would actually do what it was supposed to do. But the unfortunate thing is we have a bunch of politicians that are for themselves and for profit individuals, and they like to stick their hands in shit that their hands don't belong in, and they like to steal money from the people. And now we're in a situation to where what used to be, we're going to pull the X number of dollars out to where by the time you retire, you'll be sitting on $1 million of retirement to take care of yourself for the rest of your life. That's your money because you invested it. Now you have us who are out there in the workforce now paying for the boomers who are sitting on retirement. And by the time we go to be on retirement, there ain't going to be no such thing as Social Security anymore. We're going to have paid for something we will never receive.
And because there won't be enough workers to cover the cost to pay for this next generation of elderly people either. When the government gets involved, Sterling, man, things are getting ruined so often, dog.
I can't think of a single government program that's actually benefited the American people.
No.
So I understand your spirit, Sterling. The desire to want to help people some sense of equity and things of that nature. But
the truth of the
people are so corrupt that you're never going to get something decent out of these lifetime politicians. Their corruption, they've all sold out on the left and on the right. You know, to a certain degree, the establishment of both parties is absolutely corrupt. So it's like, it's not. Oh, with all due respect, man, it's just.
Well, if you look at history, though, the history shows us that when we had solid nuclear families, when we had solid communities and intact actual intact communities that actually worked together as a singular unit, we didn't have these issues, and communities and families took care of themselves. It wasn't until we started having these legislations passed that actually pushed and rewarded for families to fall apart and communities to fall apart that we started getting into these government social programs that do nothing but continue to push more of this whole dynamic of, you don't need to have anyone else. All you have to do is rely on Big Daddy government, and I think that right there, the whole wanting everyone to rely on them is going to be most of this country's detriment at this point.
And Sterling, look no further. If you want to see what happens to a race of people that become overly dependent on government for everything, and what the repercussions of that are, look no further than the Black community, dog. I am dead serious. The Black community is in shambles as far as its cohesiveness or its ability to function properly. It is an absolute mess. Black men are doing relatively well financially. Black women are supposedly doing well, even nobody marries them. But as far as being a cohesive community of people that can interact and function properly, absolutely not. And no other community except maybe the Native Americans have, and they're disastrous too. Any community that has a great deal of government involvement in it it's in shambles. It's in complete shambles if you look at it.
Yeah,
so I just want you to take that into consideration.
Yeah, just go look at any like we used to call them, any of these Section 8 or Met housing type communities where you got a bunch of single moms on welfare with a bunch of kids and no dads areas. We always called them baby factories where I lived growing up. If you look at these areas, all these areas are generally run down. That you can tell that people don't take no pride in anything that they own. There's trash and garbage laying all over the place, and you got 100 million freaking feral kids running around with no kind of house training at all.
I think old Sterling dropped off here.
Oh, too bad.
Well,
I wish him the best. I
asked him about the redistribution of wealth, so that's it. But while we're at our 3:20 mark, it's about 10:14. I want to go chomp down on some more chicken soup here. I just want everybody, starting with Brother Angry Snowman, to give you your closing statements of the night. And if you guys got channels, spam your channels in there. Again, shout out to Brother Teapot. Get over to his channel. Get over to Brother Nate's channel, Brother Big Body, and Brother Angry Snowman's channels. I know YouTube has been hard on a lot of us, but
dude, I got my main channel shut down again a couple weeks ago. It's gone.
Right, we'll start off. We're getting ready to give our closing statements there, Brother Sterling. Starting with you now. Yeah, we've been.
Sorry, my phone died. Hey, look, there's a lot of meat right there to chew, and honestly, a lot of it, what I just heard, we agree on, and I think that. Yeah, back in the day, it was easier for people because it was easier for people to go to college because it was a fraction of the cost.
Yes.
Yeah. And
the dollar had more buying power then too.
And then therefore, it was much easier. My dog is every time I get on a live stream, my pit bull starts whining. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. 1 second.
But no, I just wanted to hop up anyhow, Nate, since I ain't been on YouTube for a minute, ain't been over, and give you a shout out, salute to you and everyone.
Hey, I appreciate it. And happy Thanksgiving, bro.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving to you too, brother.
from me and TJ up there. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Absolutely. I hope you guys have a good Thanksgiving, man. It sounds like everybody's doing the same thing we're doing over here, and pretty much just sticking around the house and not making a big deal. Dude, I haven't made a big deal out of Thanksgiving in probably about 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you on that, bro.
There's no sense in it. And be quite honest with you, we don't even make a big deal out of Christmas anymore. We've got the kids to the point now where they don't even expect a bunch of gifts. I let them know, you be thankful if you get 2 or 3 gifts under the tree, because the days of you guys seeing a whole tree and room full of Christmas gifts, that shit ain't happening no more. That's in my opinion, that's gluttony. And that doesn't teach anybody anything. But yeah, man, keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate you letting me come up. It's nice chatting it up with everybody. If you get a chance, come over and check out the new channel, Angry Snowman Roman numeral 2, and
right.
Be on the
spam your channel in the chat. You got a wrench. Spam your channel in the chat.
Do I got a wrench again? Because I know I didn't when I came in, because I had to come in under my new channel. I can't even use my old channel name anymore.
Oh yeah, I got to make sure Nate's got one too.
But be on the lookout. Probably next week I'm going to be dropping the link, because I'm building the channel for the Real Cold Facts podcast that me and brother Greg Kelly are doing together. So be on the lookout for that that to drop, and that's going to be good stuff right there when that gets up and going.
I was on that panel with him on it too. He's a good brother, man. Shout out to him too, man.
Yeah, Greg Kelly's a good guy. If you ain't checked him out, check him out too. He's got a channel called The Real Greg Kelly Show on YouTube.
He's good brother.
But yeah, man, nice talking to you and everyone else. Hope you guys all have a happy Thanksgiving. I'll hit you up sometime tomorrow or something, brother Leon. Shoot shit with you.
All right,
for a little bit. All right,
bro.
All right, hey, and y'all take care. I'm out of here.
Cheers. All right, salute. Brother Sterling, your closing statements for the day.
Oh, we about to wrap this up real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, your closing statement. Yeah, we have 3:25 mark. So
I feel like, in a general sense, we've let corporations run amok. We've let capitalism run amok. We've legalized bribery to our politicians, and nobody matters as much as that corporation. And to a corporation, nothing matters more than profits and the shareholders. They're legally obligated to maximize profits. And if it's an insurance company, for example, which by the way owns the biggest pharmacy chain in the United States, CVS Caremark, for example, if you think for a moment that they care about your health care, you're dreaming. And legally, they are not responsible to you or your health care. What they're responsible to is the shareholders and maximizing profit. And as long as that is the middleman, for example, which there's many more examples where corporations have infiltrated every single aspect of our life. And now the one that they haven't, for example, is housing. And corporations like BlackRock, Blackstone are buying up all the houses. And let me tell you, once they own all the houses in the United States, ain't none of them for sale. We ain't never getting them back. All right. So the corporations have infiltrated and infested this whole country, and the boomers turned a blind eye to it. If I'm going to be honest, the boomers sold us out to corporations. They voted in people who didn't have our best interest at hand. They played into this two-party system, this R versus D, this red versus blue, or white versus black, or whatever it is. When in actuality, it's the top 1% against all of us. And they want it to be anything else other than that. Thank y'all for having me.
All right, thank you.
All right, Mr. Sterling.
All right, brother Matt, you're up. Brother Matt, you're up.
Sterling, wow. I mean, Brother Mac wilding. God damn. You okay?
Yeah.
Damn.
Hey, which one you do, man?
I know you good, Sterling. You good.
You good. Hey, thanks for coming up, Sterling. All right. All right.
I think Big Body got some stuff going on.
Yeah. Let me. All right, brother Nate, you the last one up, man.
No problem. No problem. I
Yeah, hey, man,
appreciate it.
thanks for coming up, man. I appreciate it. You get your channel up, continue to support your channel, my brother.
I appreciate that, Leon, and appreciate the guests coming through. I would just say in response to Sterling, of course, no smoke, bro.
No smoke.
I hope you'll continue to come because I have just a bit of an issue with like using that broad brush to paint all corporations. Are there some evil businessmen? Sure.
Yes.
Are there some businessmen who don't care about the environment, who could care less about their workers? True. But the ultimate aim of any business is to be profitable. We can't stigmatize and make profit evil. Correct. And it gets easy to think about profit and businesses doing what they need to do to be profitable as evil. Some businesses have to scale back. They have to let people go. I mean, it's just the ebb and flow of an economy. Freedom doesn't guarantee us all a job. The most skilled people are the ones that are going to be the most secure. The people that take the risks and, start a business, those are the ones that are going to have the highest likelihood of security. So, again, especially with Mr. Sterling not being up here,
I
know where he's coming from. It's just
he's, in my opinion, pretty. I don't know him. It's his first time.
Passionate guy though. He's passionate about what he's
passionate. He got a little. When I hear the top 1%, those are Democratic talking points. That's why I had to put out the redistribution of wealth type of comment there, because I always ask people that, and it's not to trick them, it's to let them know where we've heard that before, and when he usually they bring a broad brush out here. We've got Brother Teapot up here too.
Teapot.
Yeah. What's going on?
Peace. What's good, man? What's good? My brother Big Nate. What's good, brother Leon?
What's good?
What's going on, man? I just
man?
Nate,
you're in the middle of moving.
I have to call you. No, I'm done doing that. But
okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm done doing that. But man, I've had like such a stroke of luck, brother Big Nate. I mean, I've been very fortunate, man. It's like I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop or something, man. But
wow, I'm glad to hear that, bro.
Yeah, I gotta call you. I haven't been talking to the brothers about it. I haven't really put it on the air, but you my bro. So, I'll hit you up and let you know what's going on. But the reason why I'm up here is because I've been following this story. I don't know if y'all have been following it. It's about this girl from Charlotte. Her name is Shanquella Robinson.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yeah.
The latest update as of tonight, an hour ago, they say a warrant has been issued for somebody's arrest. Now, they haven't named who's in the warrant yet, but a warrant has been issued for an arrest. Y'all go down to my channel. Y'all can see I've been on it, all right? I've been on it. I've been talking to people because I'm in the Queen City, all right? I knew of that girl. She was very, very successful. She was very, very successful here, okay? I didn't know her, but I knew of her, all right? And it struck me as tragic. Number one, she's like the same age as my daughter, man. All right. Yeah. Number two, these Negroes went there and hung out with her. She pretty much sported the whole trip.
I heard.
All right. All right. And not only that, there's reports that they stole a few $1,000s from her as well while she was there.
I'm glad you told me that, Brother X, because see, this is what my brother Nate, we were talking about, you missed my earlier show, my earlier part. We talked, I linked that to all the violence that's taken place. As you know, I used to live in Virginia. There was a shooting, and it was a black man who did it. Shot 6 of his employees dead, plus himself, and then some others were injured at a Walmart. And he was a manager. It was Monday night. I put that out there, and it was in Chesapeake, Virginia. So you'll know that. And then I touched on the story that you were talking about, because you had put it up, and I just want to say this: you have a number of insecure, jealous people out here, and that girl you're talking about, yeah, we heard all about it, but I'm glad you brought us up. You're the one who's bringing up the news. Everybody else is coming up with it, but not from an investigative standpoint, like we saw the other day. They're coming up with it from an emotional standpoint. So I'm glad you brought that up here.
Oh yeah, well I'm here. I mean, it's big news here. They just had her funeral, I believe, Saturday. I mean, where they had her funeral, that's like 10-15 minutes from my house. So I'm like, I'm here. All right, I'm here where it's going down at. I put another story up the other day where the reporters actually went to some of these people's houses, and you know what happened when they went there. No response. So, I mean, that's where we at right now. Like I said, an hour ago, they just issued a report. A warrant has been issued for some arrest. So hopefully we're going to see something. Because like I said, man, this was tragic. And not only that, this is what really pissed me off. They went there. They had this confrontation with this girl, right? As we saw, somebody was attacking her. She was pummeled, man. That wasn't even a fight. That was a pummeling. They come back here, right? And when they get back here, the first thing they do is they go to this woman's mother's house and tell her about her dying of alcohol poisoning, because there had been rumors before they got back that there had been fights and disagreements there. So her sister's name is Quilla Long. And Quilla Long said that she asked them because she had been getting phone calls about it being fights and stuff there. But when they got here, they said, oh, it was no fights there. We were getting along just fine. She just died of alcohol poisoning. She was just sick, et cetera, et cetera. So she had a friend, this so-called best friend. His name is Khalil Cook. That's right. I'm saying his name. His name is Khalil Cook, right? After they got back from Mexico, he was back and forth to the mom house like multiple times, up until the time the autopsy and the video surfaced. Now he's in the wind all of a sudden. Now, my guess is he was coming back and forth to find out what mom knew. But once that video went viral, he's been there multiple times talking about, oh, we were getting along just fine there. They know that's a lie. And I do believe that he was one of the people in the room when it was being recorded, her getting beat up by that other chick. Now, you claim to be this girl's quote-unquote best friend. And that was established, all right, by her mother and her father, because that dude, he's known her for years. He even used to take family trips with them. So they knew that boy, and that boy knew that girl well. But he stood there and watched his so-called best friend get beat like that. And this is coming from a dude who will tell you in a minute, let the hoes fight it out. But I mean, if you somebody that I know, and I call you friend, I wouldn't stand there and watch you get beat like that. I just wouldn't. All right. You're supposed to be my friend. I'm not going to stand there and watch you get beat like that. So there's a lot of twists and turns involved in this case. And y'all best believe, because I'm on the ground, TPOT is on it. So I just want to bring y'all that. And of course, I wanted to get up here and holler at you, Brother Leon and Brother Big Nate as well. I haven't really been talking to brothers. I've been really, really busy, y'all. I haven't been streaming or anything else. When I get time, I slap a pre-record together here and there. I've been doing a lot of that lately. Because I'm slowly backing away from the whole YouTube thing, to be honest. Yeah, I'm slowly backing away from it. But I will be putting up pre-records here and there because at the top of the year I'm going into radio. So I mean I'm kind of backing away from it.
Like, whoa.
Oh yeah.
Like for somebody or for yourself?
Oh, for myself, absolutely not. And anybody that's interested, just hit me up, email. I'll give you the information on it, what I'm gonna be doing. Yeah, I'm gonna call you anyway, man. I got a lot of brothers to call. A lot of people have called me. They're like, X, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? But a lot's going on right now, y'all. I just so much.
That's why I send you the link to come up here, man. I'm like, we watched that video you did the other day, man.
Man, brother Leon, I got like 999 emails I need to check. But yeah, man, I appreciate both of y'all, man. I don't know if y'all celebrate Thanksgiving. If you do, happy Thanksgiving. If you don't, kiss my ass. So there you have it. Brother Leon, my brother Big Nate, I will be hitting you up, man, in the next day or two. And probably you too, brother Leon, because I got your damn number too. So I mean I could jump on your phone and bug your ass too. So thanks for having me on. I will see you brothers on the other side.
Hello.
Peace.
Brother. Hi.
Yeah. Man, it's such a tragedy, man.
It is.
It's just indicative of the trash black culture in this country. It is such trash. How in the hell are you in a room naked with your male and female friends? She was completely naked. What the fuck is going on? If I ever saw my daughter in that position, dude, I swear to God, man, it's just, there's no morals, there's no right, there's no wrong, there's nothing but moral relativism. You can explain anything away. What are you doing naked in a room? It's one thing to be naked in a room with other girls. There's young men sitting down there. The fuck is going on? Niggas sitting there watching. You need to fight back.
Yeah.
Oh, shit is disgusting.
This is why I said, Nate, we got to be careful with who we hang out with. We got to vet people and everybody. Absolutely. This is why I did the night stream association, because if you associate with the wrong people and you're going some places and they're not, they're going to be, this is where the insecure jealousy comes through. And the one that's going some places is going to get hemmed up. And that's what happened to her. She got hemmed up. And that is a tragic story. We know it is. And I'm glad Brother X is doing some investigative work on it. I haven't done it. I'm getting bits and pieces from there, but it's just, we're in this holiday season. I know a number of people get depressed, but it's going to be a lot of that going on. People going to get carjacked at Walmart. There's going to be more. I hate to say it. People have just lost their minds from the Rona, and they got this attitude of entitlement now, and they're on some California stuff where you can go steal something for $900 and not up to $900 from not be persecuted.
Why not? I see a lot of black women just walking into places, just loading up bags, walking out.
Yeah,
black people, you could tell by the color of the skin of their hands and shit, just loading up bags. It's just so disgusting.
And that's why the cost of goods are higher, because they got to pay for that loss prevention.
Yeah. Well, they got insurance. These stupid fucking leftists. They got insurance. So just go in stores and steal. This is the collapse of civilization, though.
Yeah, this is what Rome did. And
it
all starts with the women leading, and they're destroying everything that they didn't build.
Yeah, rather than greedy corporations, I think the first problem we need to handle, the greatest threat to the security of the United States of America, not greedy corporations. It's single motherhood.
Right. I think
there is no more a destructive force in this country than single motherhood.
You know what? I think we should have brought that up to Sterling. I mean, Sterling, he was, not giving him any smoke, my brother, but he had a little bit of socialism in him. That's why, man. Again,
I want him to come back. I want him to come back and keep engaging. That's what I want. I hope he comes back and keep engaging, man. I just, I tell you, when you like accept conservatism and how this country functions and the best way for as many people to be successful as possible, you just really understand how that can happen. And it's not through government intervention. It's not through attempting to make things equal. You'll just destroy our system. You can't have liberty and equality. You can't.
And
can't coexist together.
And equality. I'll give you an example of equality right now. Look at the NFL. They want parity. Well, what happens when you have equality? There are no dynasties, and it all gets watered down. I don't like things that are watered down. I want dynasties. I want capitalism. Okay.
I want clear winners. Yeah.
Capitalism was not designed for trickle-down economics. People who have the money are taking the most risk. So yes, they should be able to get tax write-offs. That's what the liberals don't see. The liberals are always coming at it from an employee mindset, but they're employees. And see, they won't understand anything until they are employers and have to pay a lot of expenses.
I mean, do you not give many of these businessmen credit to providing millions and millions of jobs that allow people to take care of their families? I mean, why is it these businessmen are not all evil? Are there some evil businessmen? Sure.
Yeah.
But most of these businessmen want to make money. They don't want the federal government taxing them into hell. Most companies take really good care of their employees with great health care and great 401k matching and all sorts of shit.
And if you don't want to be at that job, go
to another job. Exactly.
I mean, like Clue says, a lot of liberals lead with, I'm not a liberal or conservative, especially when the liberals are doing bad. No, they are liberals. Okay. Nobody's going to come out of their mouth with.
Not these days, not with us, because we crush.
No, man, and that's why what it is, Nate. That's why, like when Brother Sterling was up here, I had to ask that question because I said, "Oh wait, the environment. Yeah, I love the environment too, but when you use the environment to not
crush business through regulations,
that's what that's why I had to put that out there. That's why then I know where the conversation's going. I just ask that question directly and ask it against. That's why I asked them about the redistribution of wealth, and then all I needed to hear was the 1%. I said, "Oh," and it wasn't a got you moment there. It wasn't a got you moment. It's just that. How many times have we heard that?
Yeah, I see where he's coming from. I hope he continues to come back and he'll see that there's a better way to address these issues. You will never solve the problem of quote unquote poverty. First of all, you can't solve the problem of poverty because poverty is a lot of times a personal decision that people make to be poor in a country like this. There are so many opportunities. A lot of people just decide to be poor. That's what they do. They decide to be. It's easier to get what I can get for free or from the government or whatever program, and I'll scratch out and eke out an existence. You can't fix things for somebody like that.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. You can't. You can't at all. And my job is not to convert people. It's to let them see another side of something. And that's what you're trying to do. And that's why, again, you got to have the like-minded people, because if you don't have the like-minded people, guess what? There's a lot of destruction out here. And
indeed.
So that's it.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, big dog.
Hey, salute, man. And get your channel up there, because I got to get you, just like you got to get me a wrench on your other channel. I got to get you a wrench with this one. I got the Nate Dog 74. but I got to get your wrench on this one.
I'm not on that account right now, but yeah, no problem. Next time I live stream, I'll do that.
I was trying to find your name up here. I'm like, oh man.
Well, the Nate Dogg has a wrench. We're good with that.
Nate Dogg has a wrench. I got the new one. Yeah, I got You can. Oh yeah, you got a wrench. Nate Dogg.
Nate Dogg's got a wrench. No problem.
Yeah. Got to keep my boys wrenched up now.
All right, man. I appreciate you and Miss Tommy Jean. Y'all have a good Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Hey,
bro.
you too, and salute my brother.
Yes, sir. You.
All right, we had another good conversation. I did not think it was going to go as well as it did. The panel was lively. Again, everybody has their point of view. I look at everybody's point of view, even if I don't agree with it. But the basis of this conversation was you have to be careful with who you call your friends. I just believe that too many individuals out there use the word friend in the wrong context. Just because you have a Facebook page and you have so many people who are following you, I appreciate that, Clue, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. I'll hook you up with that. But yes, and shout out to Clue. Get to his channel as well. Get the brother Nate's channel. Get the brother Teapot's channel. But there are a lot of issues out there, and you have some of us black men like Brother Clue and Brother Teapot and Brother Nate. We don't think like you're Democratic black men. We have a different way of thinking. So sometimes they call us coons, like they call SKC. It's not that we're coons. The word coon is, a lot of people don't know what that means. It's just that we are our own independent thinkers. Now, as far as politics is concerned, we don't support one party or the other. We know the two-party system has its problems. But what I will say is you have to be a free thinker. You have to know who your friends are. Just can't accept everybody in your life. One of the problems is particularly in the black community, we're always trying to take everybody in. You can't do that. And that's what happened to Miss Robinson, the young lady that was killed in Mexico. I mean, she financed Brother Teapot, and shout out to him, financed everybody's flight, helped them out. You don't help everybody out if they don't deserve it. And, I believe that people, it's okay to be passionate. Can't help everybody out. You can't save everybody out. Shout out to Ananuki the One. What's up, my fine American infidels? May Snack Bar curse you all with a splendid Thanksgiving celebration. Well, thank you. Salute to you. But again, you can't save the world. And that's what's wrong with black people. We try to save everybody. You can't do that. We must separate from the ones who aren't productive. In fact, in the black community, the biggest issue that I see is the individuals who are the downtrodden get the most respect, while the ones who are your educated ones, they're lame. In the end, it doesn't work. It's backwards. So we have to stop giving accolades to the wrong people. Again, what's destructive to the black community? Yes, welfare, single motherhood. We have no businesses. We have no families. We have a lot of feminism from the ABW. They really want to lead, and a number of them don't like brothers. They should say that, and that's fine. Just tell us. But again, there's a lot of jealousy, crabs in a barrel mindset with the African American community, and then followed with violence. So it goes like this: your association. There's jealousy within the association. Then there's violence. It's like a three-headed monster. You put those together, you got an explosion. And that's why there is an explosion of violence. And what happened down in Mexico is another example of black on black crime. What you had with the black lesbian killing her ex-girlfriend with 4 kids, black on black crime. Now, I'm not saying that other races don't have crime, but it's prevalent with a lot of black people, a lot of your homicides, particularly in urban areas. I gave you an example that happened in Indianapolis with shooting. Now, you're not going to hear it, but the manager or the lead of Walmart who shot his employees and injured or killed 6 employees, including himself, which makes 7, and injured other employees. Well, what happened is he is black, and they don't put that out there. And because they don't put that out there, since he's black, you're not going to hear anything about it. That's why I brought it to the forefront. So, yeah, I'm just going to say this. During this holiday season and during any other season, you must know who your friends are. Everybody's not your friend. Be careful with who you socialize with. You have jealous people. Even if you have a team, you're always going to have somebody jealous within your ranks. And of course, you have a number of individuals who are very emotional after they get jealous. You have individuals who hate you. Some of them want to be you. And Anuki the one says, as an Iraqi who came to become Americanized, I never knew about blacks and whites. We always saw you all as Americans. You all are Americans. We all are Americans. We all have problems. But basically, I come at it from a black man. We happen to be the most hated. And for all of those who came by in the chat, in the panel, thank you for participating with the conversation tonight. Come back next week with either a pre-record or another live stream. But I just want to say this. Be careful with who you involve in your life, because it could be the end of your life. And in the end, you only have one life. Do your best to preserve that one life. And that's my commentary for this edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube. If you like what I just presented, please comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're looking for some more educational content, check out the QCIS channel. Now, if you cannot find the QCIS channel or the 401 Talk Zone radio show on YouTube, you can check both of those channels out on Twitter. And for educational purposes, I take the QCIS channel one step further. You can also find that channel on LinkedIn. And in the end, always be blessed for what you have. Don't worry about what you don't have. Always know that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. And if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if the shoe fits, wear it. If you don't like the shoe, change it. Once again, thank you for listening to this edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube. Till next time, my name is Leon Jones. And before I go, let's check the final poll. We had 27 votes. Should you keep your circle of friends small? 96% said yes. 4% said no. And once again, thank you for listening to this edition of the 401 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube. And I just want to wish you all a wonderful and safe holiday. I know what I'll be doing. But again, be safe and be careful with who you hang around with, whether it's family or friends, and be aware of your surroundings. And again, once again, my name is Leon Jones. I want you all to have a wonderful and gracious evening. God bless you. I'm out.